Welcome to another episode of the Jumper Punch. What episode?
Number 73, sir. 73. We're trundling our way towards the century, sir.
Piano, yes.
Piano si va lontano. Yeah. We're doing the Usman Khawaja.
Yeah, that's it. One at a time. We can talk a bit about that. So how's everybody? Oh, first of all, SEN's very own. How are you?
I'm very
Been
well,
a big week, cricket?
Sheesh. This is my weekend now. I get the next three nights off, but I'm here now, so I've got to spend it with YouTube deals.
But this is all fun. And of course, we have Michael.
Thank you for having me.
Mr. Michael Maloney.
Thank you for having me again.
Yes.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. After a week.
Pleasure to have you, sir. Pleasure to have you.
Good note.
He's gone the, how's the, just before we get into the show.
I've got one of those jackets.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's the jacket.
It's like The Sopranos with Richard Preel. It's the jacket.
I love it.
It's the jacket.
I love it. You just look like, I don't know what you're going to do. We're going to talk about Carlton, or you're about to go and fly a 1940s plane.
I'll speak to Tom Cruise after. Speak to Tom Cruise.
It's very, it's very you.
It is me. It is me.
It's very you.
Very me.
All right, so we're here for, we'll talk about footy, a bit of a man.
Yeah, bit of
a drink.
I'm starving, by the way.
Yeah, I'm starving, so we'll fix it all up. Do you know the number?
Was it 1995?
There you go.
I didn't remember that.
It's not going to change for a while.
Hello. Of course we're going to do it. What do you mean it's too late? Can't be too late. Come on, man, listen. Remember like when we were kids? The old man goes, you make the coffee, you just go and make it. You don't ask questions. Make the coffee and just shoot through Northlands. Go schnitz and get some food. All right. Hey, the cheek of these people are.
Unbelievable.
What did he say?
He's going, oh, it's a bit too late for coffee and that. What are you talking about, mate? Remember when you were a kid? Like you're like 4 years old. The old man used to go,
Yeah, don't think, just do.
go make folk off. So he used to go there like 4 years old, make this bomb.
I learned how to make coffee before I learned how to make walk.
Yeah,
The coffee theatre.
Mate.
I'm still yet to understand that in Northland there's actually a T and a H. In North, I thought it was Northland.
And an S.
And an S.
Yeah. According to Rocket, am I going to collect them?
Yeah, I can hear him now. Yeah, that's
We've
it.
rocked up
Nice.
already, Jesus.
Well, while we're here, you just mentioned them. Sneaks Northland.
Oh, A1 service.
Mate, they're the
Look how
best.
long it took them to get out.
No, not only that, man. Then their food is fantastic. You've eaten
I
their
don't
food
mind a bit
before.
of schnitz. Oof.
Oh, look at this.
Look at this.
Yeah. First of all.
Jeez.
Yeah. Go ahead.
First of all, we got the food, we got the wraps, but I'm telling you, my new favourite,
Oh, here we go.
The schnuggets.
the schnuggets.
Schnuggets.
Look at
Yeah.
the size of them.
Well, I just like to say, right, it's up to you. Like, it's up to everybody. If you like lips and assholes and toes and shit and the way they mix up, you go to the other fast foods and you get their nuggets.
Yeah, we won't know
You
names.
know, what do? They sweep up that stuff at the end. Rats, whatever, cockroaches,
Yeah.
whatever can make a big mush, and you go and
It's
buy
there.
them.
Yeah.
But if you want real,
Quality.
100% chicken breast.
handcrafted,
Handcrafted schnitz.
they're like little schnitzels, man. They're the best. And look what they've given us this time.
What they
A
give
little
us?
bit of gravy.
Gravy.
Ooh. It's right in the middle. Oh, look at my soaking it up.
A little Malcolm Douglas chips.
This is good.
All we need is a bit of damper
Little damper and
Bit of
panther piss.
and a Medagina.
The Medagina.
Oh, might I just say, big shout out to young Kira, part of the Blue Abroad channel.
Yes, we love Kira.
She was on the Medagina on her Instagram story the other night.
Was she?
She was on the Limoncello.
Ah.
Yeah, she was on the Limongine. Yeah.
Oof, you got one here.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not throwing her under the bus, but
She's old enough, isn't she?
she was on the Medagina.
I like her.
Wow.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Like JP boys, like Medagina was the caption. Medagina.
I'm telling you, it's shot across the world, mate. The
It is.
Medagina.
It
Mate,
is.
I'm sure she everything.
I'm sure she didn't feel like she had Medicina the next morning.
No. She needed Medagina the next morning.
I'm telling you, man, mate, if they had just given the COVID to the wogs, given everyone the bit of
We would have fixed it within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Fix up 2
Correct.
minutes, mate. So
Thank
enjoy
you.
this.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And this is to the Blues.
Goody.
As I would.
To two 10-goal wins.
And can I also say to the Aussies?
To the Aussies.
It's going to be a thing
2-0.
tonight.
And
2-0.
But to you two, to your Mulgera, soon to be your soon to be wife.
Yes,
hasn't been announced on the Blue Broad channel just yet.
It hasn't been announced to me.
Oh, well, there you go.
I got engaged. There you go.
No, you got engaged. And you mentioned me.
Oh, you? No, I said him.
Yeah, and then you said, and then you go, you're new to soon to be wife.
And you as well.
No.
You too.
No. This is what
him.
I'm saying. I thought you mentioned me, but you definitely.
Thank
But to you too.
Yes.
Thank you.
Not to make it a song and dance because it's a private family matter, but it's it's a big thing. It's a big thing. So all the Blue Raw community knows. It's more so you get more presents on the day. How's that?
Yeah, it's going. How much did you put in?
That's just a little bit.
Oh wow, we're on now.
Have a snugget.
Have a snugget with a bit of gravy.
Yeah.
While we're talking about the snits, mate, what about this one here, hey? What's this one?
What is this?
Wow. Once I do it properly.
Open it properly.
Once I open it properly.
Open with Windows Media Player.
Yes.
Yep, that's
now we can open it up. Look at this. What's this one?
Basic Instinct. Who is the Basic Instinct?
That's Stephanie's favourite. My missus.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's just
she
basic.
loves a basic. Bit of mayo.
So who is the income? Who's the Basic Instinct?
Oh, like just your all round. I think
Was it Newman?
Here's the plain and simple.
He's a plain
and simple. See, I think basic is just you keep into the 1 + 1 is 2.
Yeah. So who
There's
is
nothing
it?
wrong. You know,
Basic Instinct. I'm going to say.
I'm not going to say it's a bad thing. I think Sam Walsh is a basic instinct.
Well, he's the. What was he?
Quintessential.
What did we rate
Nah.
Sam Walsh?
We haven't rated
You know
him.
what? I'm going to put David Cunningham in there because he plays on instinct.
Basic instinct.
Yeah, he did
has
the
got a
basics
bit of
right
basic,
against Hawthorn.
yes, you're absolutely right.
Yep.
What about this one? The
Plain and simple. That's Nick Newman.
That's Nick Newman.
Yeah,
Who,
that's
mind you,
that's
I reckon he was a little bit off on the weekend. And
Oh man,
did we get an off batch?
That third quarter, all right, we'll talk about it. All right, so a couple goals were kicked on him. I mean, he was left high and dry, you know what I mean? But overall.
In the grand scheme of
In
things.
the grand scheme.
of things.
I've been using that a lot lately.
What about this one here?
The Aussie, that's the Heath Buck.
That's a
Yeah.
The Aussie.
He can't be more Aussie than Heath.
That or the Heat Scotland.
Well, Heath Scotland. Cripper, isn't it?
Sign. He's an Australian.
Yeah. But then we got these ones here.
The Schnuggets.
Wow.
What
We
does
don't
it say?
They are delightful.
Now
The wait is finally over. Now we crumb in pieces, introducing a new Star Schnuggets made from 100% RSPCA approved chicken breast
Look at that.
and coated with our
Mind you.
signature crumbs. What's the hashtag, Michael?
I can't read. Oh, Schnugger.
Nugget.
Hashtag Schnugger.
That's-
And mind you, it's $7.50 for a 6-pack. That's an absolute bargain for
But-
100% RSPCA. But-
that is a bargain, isn't it?
For quality chicken.
Right. But if you become a member,
Yep.
right,
Oh.
of the Jumper Punch, now
Oh,
let's
really?
go straight into that.
You start with the Mars.
You gotta start with the Mars.
Yep.
So what do you get from us? First of all, you go into the draw for. Look, it could be $35,000 worth this package.
I'm going to eat these Schnuggets before you go through any members. I'll tell you that.
I'm telling you, mate. This you go into the
100%.
go into the draw for a $30,000 to $40,000 package. I don't know, mate. It's worth millions. I don't know.
Millions.
I don't know. It could be worth anything.
30 to 40,000 lire,
Yeah.
which equates to about $3 Australian dollars.
Because I think, yeah, isn't that a dead currency?
Yeah, it is. You might get a packet of chewing gum if you're lucky.
Yeah.
But if you become a member,
Or an
you
invite
get
to Nonny's house.
25% off.
Wow.
So you know what that now your Snuggets cost you?
$5.
$5.62. Can you go wrong?
How can you beat that?
But then if you want to go next level, of course, you go to this one bloke here.
You go to the rock.
The Roccacella.
Yeah.
Now with the Roccacella, not only you go into that,
Roccacella.
someone gets a chance to sit where you are.
Shit. Bloody hell.
I'll tell you, that's a huge. And
Mate.
you get to have a
Honourable.
kick with Ange, which you're going to organise 100% this week, aren't you, Paul?
Peter and Jimmy, get ready.
We get ready. We're going to do such a kick-off, and you.
I'm going to be winning. I told you. We don't even.
Paul does have a very good kick on him.
Thank you.
He does.
See?
He does.
See?
I used to love getting the ball kicked to me by Paul. We used to get kicked.
But in distance,
I
like
don't know,
he reckons he can.
25 metres out, to me, straight he'll hit you on the tip.
Always?
Every time. We used to have a kick out front of the ground on half times. We used to have a mate of ours who used to stand
Low
in front of
too.
me.
Low
Nah,
too.
he'd give me a loop.
And take
I'd
the
take
speckies.
I'd
Yeah.
out
Over
the
each
front of
other.
Marvel and
Yeah,
I'd just
yeah.
go specky on top of this bloke.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jarman Impey stuff. Woo! Not
no,
Jarman
mate.
Impey, Ashley Stampy.
Ashley Sampy
Yeah.
type stuff, yeah.
Beautiful.
Love it.
He sat up there a couple of times for
Yeah,
a while.
big Drew Petrie.
Bang.
Big Drew Petrie.
Sat up there.
monks.
How good is it?
Almost
When you
needed
jump
young
on top
kid.
of your
The
your
feeling
mate's
is
back
euphoric.
and you take that.
It's the best.
Such a great feeling. I almost need that. I need a 5-year-old one time.
Oh,
doing
no,
it.
you... Oh, how's this? Oh. Do you remember that game we played against? Here's a story. Now we're not digressing away from we're divulging our deepest, darkest secrets here.
This ain't good.
We were but I wasn't out there. So we were at, remember Carlton Hawthorn in 2011?
Big game.
When we should have won. It was the game where Jamison kicked the goal.
yeah,
and he nearly killed Garland with the high five.
Yeah.
At
Yaron
half-time-
runs in at 3/4 time and kicks that goal.
Correct, yes. How big is this? And he at half time...
We get 1 goal 11 in the first half.
Whatever it was, yes. He was outside having a kick. He went and lined up a kick, and some little kid walked in front of it.
I nailed
him.
a 10-year-old
Bang.
girl. Like, her side of her head's probably at Marvel still, but poor girl. I felt so bad. Like,
If you ever copped
the Sharon sign was still on her forehead.
mate, we used to have, like, when we used to go Princess Park, end of the game, always kick on the ground.
Yeah.
They used to allow you to go kick on the ground, mate. Used to
They still
sit
do
there.
that at
No.
some games.
Every once in a while they do it
they
like on
might.
a Sunday,
Yeah.
but we used to do the kick at the ground. Everyone used to meet at the 50, all our mates, we used to have the kick it. Mate, it was one of the most dangerous things you could do because the balls fly everywhere.
You can hear it. You can hear it go past your ear.
It was the best.
Wow.
But if you want to go to SEN's very own,
Oh,
We've got to change that picture.
yeah, we're going to change it. What does he look
I'm going
like?
to change that picture.
He looks
I
like
can-
he's about to
I couldn't-
ask for some demands.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that
Tony,
photo.
mate, it's Hezbollah.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's genuine Hezbollah
Yeah,
territory.
that's
I'm actually going to contact a couple of our people because we've got a big interview on Wednesday at Snicks.
Actually, yes.
Ooh.
We do have a big interview.
In so many ways.
Yeah.
In so many ways. But if you do, make sure you send us the email. Mm-hmm. All right, because how are we supposed to contact you?
Some more.
I don't have an owl that goes to your house. Pigeon.
What's
You
an
know,
owl in
do you
Harry
wanna
Potter?
come-
An owl.
Hedwig?
Yeah, Hedwig.
Do you want to come to the interview? Send me the email.
The jumper punch at gmail.com.
It's like when Hermione said, "Do I look like an owl?"
That's it, perfect. So we'd like to thank also Merino Brothers, proud sponsor
Yep.
The jumper
of Banana of the
Banana
Week.
of the week as well.
Top Dog Liquor,
Yep.
proud sponsor of
That's a
Rocco's
cool little
Rank.
logo.
Yeah, it is.
The
That is.
Bulldog.
Stern, strong.
I
Yep.
love it, I love it, I
Come on,
love it, I love it.
Yeah.
And best of all, well, not best, he's very even with everyone else. North Seafood Bar and Grill,
Ah,
Ange.
sponsor
Ange, the
of
man.
I'm going to go see Ange, actually.
Legends of the Jumper Punch.
Hands the
And
man.
you know we got this week.
Isn't he just the nicest guy?
He's a very
too
nice person, just genuinely
nice.
nice person. We were talking about that the other day.
He's too nice, man.
He's just so nice. He's just the nicest guy.
We're too nice.
He is, man. I'm telling you, he's just a genuinely nice person. So everyone, get down there, and I'm telling you'll have a. Not only will you eat the food, which is
You have a good laugh.
snits and North Seafood, like just
They hovering.
exactly
it's a
the
dead
same.
heat. It's a dead heat.
Dead heat, mate.
North Seafood Bar and Grill, Schmitz, North Seafood Bar and Grill, Hedging Unison, dead heat. Dead heat. That's what it is. It's a dead
100%.
heat. It's actually a dead heat.
100%. And this week, what an interview! What an interview! One of the greats, Bradley Fisher.
I was going to say,
Wow.
it smelt a bit fishy in here.
Yeah.
Isn't he a builder?
Yes.
Down on the peninsula?
builder?
Successful.
Yes,
builder.
down in
Is he
Mornington
really?
Peninsula. I used to follow him on Instagram, and we actually, yeah,
You got to
saw that.
see. So we were lucky enough. He invites us to his house.
Yeah.
What a beautiful mate! It's like I went to a resort.
Is he
Oh,
down there?
really?
Is he actually
Yeah,
living down on
he
the
lives
peninsula?
down there,
Yeah. I remember going down to our beach house and I saw his car. I don't know, is it Fisher? What's his company? Let me give him a plug.
Fisher something. Oh,
Yeah, it's
I don't
another
know.
name, it's another
Fisher
surname.
something.
Yeah,
Fisher
because he's partnered
Bennett
with
or
someone.
Fisher something,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
good on him.
But mate, such a nice bloke.
Here's another one, injury hurt his career.
The long
Beautiful
sleeve,
set of hands.
Long sleeve,
You'll
rolled
see
up.
later.
Rolled up.
Yeah, you'll see later.
Used to love
he
it
was
rolled up.
great, and very modest. You keep saying, "Well, mate," and he's going, "Oh, you know."
Did he play 100 games?
99?
Are you kidding me?
Right on
Wow.
99.
Who was the bastard who cut 99? Did you get to that?
Yeah.
Well, you'll find out in the interview,
You'll
ladies and
find out
gentlemen.
his interview tomorrow night. And I hope his son is a star.
We can't on the father's son.
We can't get him. Supper. teach a bloody not to give him 100 games. I'm telling you, that's almost, how do you say it? That's, I don't know, but that's irresponsible. I'm telling you, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future.
That's it.
For one game, for just play him on. But we came up with a plan. If his son's number one, we're going to get him back on the list. He can sit on the bench for one game.
As a 50-year-old?
Yeah, why not? As a sub, you don't even have to play. You don't have to play.
He'll be paid down for the week.
Just register him for a week. That's it.
All right.
He's still.
He looks good.
Still looks
exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
He looks exactly the same.
That herd of brigade all look the same.
Yeah.
The Jamisons, the Walkers.
They do.
They all look the same. A couple of greys are coming in Jamis' hair. I saw him the other day.
No, they're all about that 40 mark. That 40-year-old mark. So anyway, really good. Really good. No, so everyone catch that. The other one too, of course, is Blue Sunday.
Yep.
With
Tanya Peter Brown.
Peter Brown. Give it to Peter Brown.
Ombre.
So this week,
Pietro,
unfortunately,
Pietro
Joe got
Malone.
sick, so I had to jump into the host chair this week.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have hated that.
Yeah, I hated it. But anyway, let's have a bit of a look at this.
I thought Boyd's game today was admirable. He was actually, not only did he create a contest, but he also
He knows his footy, this Peter Brown.
He was on, but he was also having what I believe is important in the back line, which is tackles, and creating an opportunity for somebody else. The point you made before, Rocco, was correct. When there was, it looked like Hawthorn were out on a couple of occasions. It might have been a missed kick, it mightn't have hit the target or whatever, but the pressure that we were able to put on them by actually hunting in twos and threes was enough for them to create a turnover. And even if they did get a stoppage, particularly more so around perhaps centre or wing or between wing and centre half forward, it was allowing our guys to reset, particularly more our backs. And the other thing that was interesting, as I made comment before, our backs were actually being able to have the confidence to come off their men and create where, one of our guys might have been caught out of position, but someone else was there and creative. Now, that's one thing that, I know you don't like this, Rocco, but that's one thing the Collingwood backs actually do, is that they'll come off their men and actually support one another, particularly in a contest. It just means that they overlap one another, particularly more so in defence. And I think that was actually, you could see signs of that today with some of our players being able to do that.
Well said. Very well said.
Always well said.
Perfectly put. Perfectly put. We can't add anything.
I got a mouthful of chips, but yes, perfect.
It was perfectly
Can't add anything more to that. Very well summarised.
He sees that. Look, I love when I speak to the past players. They see it differently.
They read the game.
It's a little bit different to us, you know what I mean? Like, and they look at it.
We see it from a supporter base. They see it from an ex-football base. So they're two different.
Yeah.
Great insight.
We love Brownie. So everyone catch him on Sundays.
Blue
and next
Sundays.
week it's going to be on at 8 p.m. because the game
Correct.
finishes like at midnight.
Yeah. What is it? 4:40 outside here.
7:30.
What time is it over there? 2 o'clock.
2:40.
2:40.
Yeah, it's bloody ridiculous. Anyway, and then the other show, of course, Forever Rivals. Mate, I'm telling you, Manny.
I don't know how you do this with a cool head. I don't.
I can't do it now. But this week will be good.
Because we won.
Oh, we won. Essendon's going to cop it. So let's have a bit of a look at this one. Got something here. Tiger then becomes a YouTube member.
Umpire's call. Back to the umpire's call. We'll just go back to the umpire's call and that's it.
It looks like Big Al from Toy Story.
Big Al from Toy Story. So grainy. I just don't understand. Like,
it's going to cost a final one,
with
mate.
more tech knowledge than me, make me understand how they can't get clear footage off the goalpost. It just doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
What are they using? What are they using? It looks like they're using those cameras from the 7-Eleven. You know, whenever they get somebody, they catch them. It's that grainy look. What are they using, man? Like,
they've used Crime Stoppers cameras. And Rock, you talked about You talked about them, and they're doing it in a grand final. What happened in an elimination final last year for those Richmond supporters that are still salty about that? Every major sporting league in the world that has decent cameras for like reviewing decisions and goals, NBA, Premier League soccer, cricket's got it. Someone mentioned in the comments.
Cricket gets it right.
They've all got it spot on, and somehow it honestly looks like we're using it. Like you said, the old 7-Eleven cameras or a camera on an old Nokia phone from 20 years ago. They're not. If you're not going to do the technology properly, if you're not going to get it right, don't have it there. Either do it all out and you spend the right money that needs to be spent to get spot on, or you don't bother. I'd rather cop the goal umpire missing a decision or making a mistake than go into technology, and the technology still makes a mistake.
Very good.
There you go.
Good discussion, Rocco, about technology.
We just don't banter, and mate. We had some serious talk at the start of the show.
There's a comment there, and he just raised it when we were watching that, about how cricket gets it right with the reviews 100%. And all that sort of stuff. A bit of controversy around the second test, but
which
I think for the majority
we'll get into,
but we will.
But no, they do get it right. And what happens too is, for example, with technology, and this is in tennis, you go, but like ball tracking, they'll go, but you don't know 100%. But what we've done is we've accepted that that's the rule now.
Mm-hmm. You've accepted very marginal error.
That's accepted.
Yeah.
And we had this discussion. I just don't understand these cameras that they're trying to get these decisions right. Like, they're just so bad. Very bad. There's got to be another way. They're a $1 billion industry, and we can't get that one thing right. And like I said, if they can't get it right, get rid of it. Go back to the umpire.
I can't get over the ranking decision 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
If that was grand final day and I was an Adelaide supporter,
100%,
I'd be boycotting the place.
We brought that up too, right? And we brought that up, and that was the whole issue. I don't care that if it's right. The problem is that it was a technical thing, like it's a technical, it's a camera thing, and they can't get it right.
Why can't they have another side? Why can't they have one front?
But they had one camera there. Like, fucking put another camera there, mate. Like, it's not that fucking hard, mate. Like, put 20 cameras. Put 20 cameras. Like, unbelievable, mate. I reckon my phone could get a better picture sometimes than they
probably could. Maybe we can use our camera here, the Panasonic Lumix.
How good is that, man?
Tape it to the post. Get a bit of duct tape from Ugaraju.
I'm telling you.
Wrap it around the post.
Some cable ties.
And say, here,
have a look at this, mate. I'm telling you, man. It's unreal. But anyway, that was a discussion. So make sure you catch that 7 p.m. on a Wednesday, and 8 p.m. Legends and the Blue Sunday. All right, beautiful, mate. As I can see,
we're all fed.
Yeah, I'm
wiped out.
Now we had to do this because we got to fuel ourselves for the next segment.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. The Snuggets, man.
Jesus, man. Even this wrap.
I'm telling you, it's like, just go down the Northlands.
Still yet to not put the THS in, but...
Come on, man, you millennial people. Right?
Pardon?
Millennial.
Sounds like a drink.
You young age people.
Millennials.
Yeah.
Generation X.
What are we?
I wouldn't have a clue.
What
I don't
are
know.
What are we?
No comment.
So you... Yeah, I think we're what's the brand new ones?
Z.
Excuse me. Shit! That's a gentleman on what's going on.
You must blow me over the fucking region.
Mate, that was like you just let it all out there.
I know.
Nah, listen. I spent my whole life saying Northlands, and now you just come along and I
agree with you.
It's Northlands.
What generation
is the
1994?
Yeah.
We are
na merda.
We're millennials.
Oh, you are the millennial.
We're millennial. What year are you? You're 65 to 80.
Well, yeah.
You're Gen X.
What am I?
Gen X. X. Not triple X, just X.
X.
We just started.
Depends on what time of night it is, doesn't it?
Well, yeah.
The triple X was before that.
And on the zero.
Well, what about you? Some of those ads you were in, mate, with the golden bathers.
Oh my God!
They were good days.
That's the best thing. That's probably the best thing I've ever seen.
You've got to get to that photo yesterday. Is that not that's the greatest photo ever?
We saw you.
You got a mural. You have a mural.
Got a mural. With hair.
All right, let's do it. All
Next.
All right, we're here for this reason.
This is where Maloney gets ready. He's ready to rock and roll. He's ready to rock and roll. The wild world of Carlton.
I got to finish my rap so I can break.
This is where hours of phone calls have been had. This is where friendships have been created
And lost.
Friendships been destroyed. Clubs have been created. Clubs have been destroyed. Wins, losses, draws,
It's all
depression, euphoria,
PTSD.
everything.
It's all about it,
This
mate.
is
There
what
was
it's
a
all about.
game, Hawthorn, Carlton.
If you didn't know.
Yeah,
case you're living under a
17-52
rock.
to 17-10. That's 2 weeks in a row we've hit the 100k mark.
Yes. We've scored more in 2 weeks combined than we did the 5 weeks prior.
Unbelievable, eh?
Unbelievable. All right, let's go straight into, we might have a look at some stats.
Yep. All right, let's have a look. So, we are on the right. Hawthorn's on the left. So, we won the inside 50s, lost the hit-outs. I think that was to be expected, obviously.
Smashed, but it didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
Evened out centre clearances, which is a big tick. 1 stoppage clearances, plenty of marks inside 50. A lot of... I reckon there were more than 87 tackles,
There was a
Macca.
lot. There was
more than 87.
We hanged on at about 80 for a good 15 minutes.
He got the app up and we were on 80 and we laid 5 tackles and none of them were counted. I reckon it was in excess of 90, but that was our best tackle.
That was our best outing for tackle.
I remember a few weeks ago we were on
34. 34, I guess.
Tackles inside 50 and we had a heap of the ball. But it was, see how we had a heap of the ball,
but it wasn't one player.
but it was not meaningless possession.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It was an even spread.
Even spread of
It was...
contributors, as they say.
No.
What was your synopsis of the game,
Yeah.
sir? Given you're our guest, you can go first.
Well, for the best part of the last 2 weeks, I've looked at it and thought to myself, I can actually see what we're trying to do for once. For a good 8 weeks, I didn't know what we were doing. A good 8 weeks.
I'm good.
Well, not beer though.
You can have one.
I'll
There's
have
2
a
there.
beer, why not? Yeah, pull my leg and call me Michael.
Yeah. Michael.
So as I said, I actually see an identity now. Yeah, rocking up to the game yesterday, I thought we were pretty. I thought we were actually pretty. I was pretty confident that we'd get the job done.
So was I.
And I thought we'd just go out there professionally get it done. But obviously, the way that we've been playing for the last 2 months hasn't really made me have that confidence. Go out there, do what they did, win the game. I actually said this to Rocco before we started filming. Imagine if we'd lost the last 2 weeks. I know everyone's saying, we only versed Hawthorn, we only versed Gold Coast. What happens if we'd lost? We'd be, God.
It'd be a disaster. I'm telling you, I was also saying, we were like holding the fort. Everyone's holding the fort. If we had lost those last and then lose another couple more, I'm telling you, we wouldn't be able to hold that. There would have been sacking.
The fort's done.
It's done, So this is kind of like just...
So I know people, and we're right, like you watch the fan cams, you watch our supporter base, and we are hesitant to jump on the bandwagon again and be confident in what they've done recently.
Because it burnt us.
But they have burnt us, okay? They've screwed us a little bit. Are we happy? Yes, we are. Are we going to go over the top? No.
We are like a scorned woman, isn't it?
We are, yeah.
Like you just can't trust anyone
We have
anymore
PTSD.
until you build that trust again.
See, I feel like the trust will come back. I'm looking at the fixture right now. If they're going to give me any trust, it's going to be at the Port Adelaide game. Going into this week, hopefully we get a result this week. Going into the Port game, you'll see trust back. I want to know why you'll see trust, because they'll get 45,000 to Marvel if we win this week.
If we win Fremantle,
there'll be 45, 50 at Marvel.
It'll be rocking.
Exactly. So that's when you know the trust is back.
Yeah, 100%.
But all in all, happy.
The game was good. The game was really good. They started well. We've started well again.
Cheers.
I would say,
it's the first time we've started well for God knows how long.
Yeah, huge. Huge. It was huge.
Salud.
Yeah, pineapple.
Salud.
To 10 goals.
Stone and Wood.
10 goals.
Stone and Wood. Pale ale.
Has a bit of a pineapple undertone.
Does have a very pineapple-y undertone. Cheers.
Yeah, it's nice. They started well. Now, I was saying this on the other show. I was saying that it looks like there's a little bit of a different direction. First of all, directive, the way they're playing the ball. So they're moving it a little bit more quicker. But their confidence has also built up a bit where they're spreading a lot more. And if you notice, Because it's the same players, but all of a sudden they're hitting targets.
I think the thing is, the sum of all parts has come together the last 2 weeks in the game.
And admittedly...
and that's what you got to sustain. I don't know how you...
And admittedly, like, the opposition, of course, haven't been the best.
You know, but you know
Hawthorn
what?
took a few scalps, though.
scalps. Imagine
And Gold Coast haven't been that bad.
And Gold Coast haven't been that bad, except for on the weekend.
Yeah, well...
So their last 2 weeks have been shit. But, like, there have been some scalps that Gold Coast have taken, and there's been scalps that, as I said, you don't want to be losing those games.
No.
So if we lose them, we're in a position where you think...
Well, we've
what are
asked
we
them to
doing?
do a certain thing.
And they've done it. If you
Have
told
they done
me
it?
the last 2 weeks we're going to win by 10 goals, both weeks, what would you have said? After the Essendon game.
Let's just win a game.
Thank you.
Take
So
it
I
at
was
half.
taking a win after the Essendon game.
yeah.
To win by 10 goals the last two, they've exceeded.
Now, we'll have a look at some highlights because it's really going to show what we've been doing, right? If you want to start looking, or you got something to say first?
No, let's go. Let's get
There'll
into
be
it.
plenty. Let's have a look
rock
at
and
this
roll,
first
sir.
one. This
Let's rock
first
and roll.
one is...
Let's rock and roll, baby.
And this is already, it started like this. Have a look at this one here. So you've got this.
Cunners is clean.
Look at him. God.
You know. So apparently Charlie played crook.
Yeah.
That's why he got taken off. Yeah, he was a bit crook.
And he did all right to start off
Yeah.
with. But Cunners looked good, and that was like just basic. You could just see the skill of... He does have that little bit of an X
Don't
factor.
start with David
No, but he
Cunningham.
has.
I love David Cunningham. I love David Cunningham.
Yeah, I know.
He's one of my
Well, what were
favourite
you gonna
players.
say, Lon?
No, as in
Don't
don't start because I get too
No,
excited.
listen, and I know there's still
I get
there's
very
time
excited.
to go, and we understand all that. All I'm saying is what we've seen in the last 2 weeks. He has got that. He gives that
He's got
point of
something.
difference to
Yes.
the
Just gonna
midfield.
say.
He's got something that no one else has at our
The words
club.
out of my mouth. X Factor. He's dynamic.
No.
He's
Him
quick.
and Jack
he's
Martin
clean.
are the only two players.
Now we're not.
No.
Don't get me wrong. We're not jumping on and saying.
They're not Chris
All we're
Judd.
saying is what he's done has been nice.
Thank you.
It's what we've lacked across that half forward line all year.
Yeah, 100%.
How nice is his set shot?
He's got a beautiful. Everything about him
And
is
he
just
finds
good.
himself in the right position, and we'll see. He always finds himself in the right position. Let's have a look at this one. This one here was... I like this by Mackay. Look at this. He's on the ground. Tackle.
Yeah.
And again, stop. Bang. And then they spread nicely. Always on the move. And then
Martin finishes.
That's-
Martin finishes.
I know you don't like this, but that's Collingwood stuff.
I know.
That
I
moving
know.
the ball
I
forward
know.
and forward and
I know.
forward,
I know.
keeping it alive.
Keep moving it.
Yep.
And there was no flat-footedness there.
No.
Yeah, no stagnant moving.
And that's what they've done in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Now, when we get another team, are they going to be able
We'll
to hold
see
that
this weekend
pressure?
what they do,
Well, no, we won't know. But all I saw was there was a lot of this running and movement. And then again, lowering of the eyes.
They did it all day.
Screaming for this.
We were the assist team yesterday.
I know. We were the Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
It was Mikel Arteta.
I don't know who it was.
passing
At
the
one
ball into the
stage,
back
I
of the
said,
net.
"Oh, well, you should have gone for goal." You know, there was at one stage I'm going, now you've been too team.
Yeah, you've been too nice.
Yeah. But there was,
Mackay was the leader of that.
He was, wasn't he?
and here, let's have
He
a
did
look
it
at
all
this one.
day.
Look at this one. Look at this now. Watch his head. Look,
Doesn't look at
straight
the goal.
away.
He's not looking at the goal once there.
He didn't look at the goal there.
Not once.
We know how much
Yeah.
You know, he's my favourite player. So.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Is he your
He
favourite?
would be. He's in my top three. Him and Cunningham are just neck and neck. I love Harry Mackay.
But the point is that there's no selfishness now. All
I've
of a
noticed
sudden,
that.
they're
Yeah.
looking for another option. You know what I mean? And they were. And even the games that we've been losing, there's always been options there.
Yeah.
We just haven't taken them.
Good teams are based on selflessness.
Yeah.
And we
Correct.
we showed we have it in us
Totally.
to be selfless.
Drink to that.
Yeah.
Drink to that, yeah.
And that's why all the good teams are good because they're selfless.
100%.
Simple as that.
Always.
You want to
And
be an individual.
Bring your teammates into the game.
100%.
You know?
If you're having a bad game, come around me.
Yeah.
Pick me up.
100%. Help
And
me out.
see that? Cunningham kicks that goal, everyone gets around him.
Oh,
First
we
goal,
loved it. We loved it.
I love that.
I love that.
You know?
And the thing was, again, you mentioned that when he went forward, his eyes darted to the fish
Yeah.
straight away. Now, if he had turned around and there was no one there,
Have a shot.
Then have a shot. But the first thing he did was have a bit of a look, and there were actually he wasn't the only option. There was another option.
Charlie was
there.
in front of him.
Yeah. So let's have a look at the next one, which is. Oh, and then this bloke here has turned it around in the last 4 weeks.
Well, mate, his form has... He's become the... He's taken the back line as his own
at
now.
this.
Is this Weeders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was as we were coming in.
Yeah, he's just been
Now,
The last month and a half he's been...
since the NAB commercial.
and if you look at that's too. Poor bloke. He's probably making millions out of that now. Anyway. And if you notice there, Lewis Young, our favourite there.
Yeah.
Nice little block.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
For his mate. And he...
Did you see it?
Just like,
I didn't because I wasn't looking at him, but I'm happy to watch it again.
and he stayed out of the contest.
I'm going to show you again. Now, watch this.
Look
Watch
at him
it.
stay out of the... Oh, no, he didn't... It was,
So is Young playing as the ruckman here?
Watch-
I think
watch
he
Young.
I think he is. So he
So
goes
he's falling
back.
back.
See, he's running back. He's running
Yeah.
back. Now watch this. Look at
Yeah,
it.
nice little. That's good. That's very good. Selflessness.
and it's not... You're not giving away free kick.
Yeah, you got the schnuggets in your mouth.
Yep. He copped that.
You get some
And
courage.
that's like real chicken you got in your finger,
Yeah.
not a bloody toe.
That's a blessing.
Not a toe or a lip or anything. That was a
You
bit
know
of
what flushes
chicken.
that down, all right? A bit of stone.
Stone and wood pale, yeah.
So that's what I mean. And so those little things that he's not going to get a stat for,
Nah,
but
but if you observe it, you get credit.
like us. And the next one, and then there was a lot of this going on. Look at this. Ball, Martin
Hands.
gets the ball, look, hands.
Wait, bang.
Off. Man, looks for the
Look
player.
how Cunners peels off to the space. And look how they all lead away. They all lead away.
Yeah.
We've been crying out for that separation. Just open it up. Open it up. Because what happened there, you saw them, they led away. Mate, their opponents followed them. He had a whole bloody 50 to himself.
I think that's the frustration of the first half of the year, is that not to single out players, but you look at what a Motlop and a Durden have been doing for us. They've been following Harry and his leading patterns and following Charlie and trying to go up for mark of the year every time. Look what Cunningham just did there. Piss off.
Yeah.
Go into your own space. If we don't go to Harry, we've got you. And what you've done is you've created space for yourself and the players around you.
100%.
So
Yeah. What was good about Cunningham there was, as he said, he recognised where the space was and ran to it. And that's... Is it simple to do? Yeah, when you look at it that way it is, but you need to have that innate ability to be able to pick it up and realise that. And that's the thing, it's like, okay, well, I know he's going to be leading here, he's going to be leading there, so I should know automatically the space is going to be here and run to it
that's
straight away.
something that Motlop and Durden will learn in time, because they haven't played with Harry.
You hope so.
Yeah, but that's something. But they haven't been playing with Harry and Charlie. Well, they haven't been training with him as long as what David Cunningham.
I'll get on
has.
to Motlop soon, who was impressive in the reserves.
I know you said you hope they learn that. I was actually hoping that should already be.
Well, they will be
embedded in.
They'll be being taught that.
Yeah.
It's whether or not that can become second nature to them. So they don't even, because the best teams don't, like, you have to think, but it just becomes involuntary, kind of stuff.
Cunningham looks like it's already in him.
It's in him.
He understands it already, you know. So
Instinct.
It's got that instinct about him,
Instinct.
The basic instinct, hence why we gave him the title.
Basic instinct, that's right.
Correct.
Exactly. How good was that?
See?
So was that.
I thought it was a good
Well,
call.
talking about this, bloke, he did the same. Look at this. He gets the ball.
And how's the kick? Because Chera doesn't have to break stride here.
Oof.
How good's he?
Look at that skull.
Yeah.
He's been great.
But
again, he sat back and they just held the ball for like that half a second to wait for
that player to come into space.
A few weeks ago, he would have got that and booted it to the top of the square.
A few weeks ago, Harry and Charlie would have been leading into that one spot there, so that spot wouldn't have been able
ran into each other.
Exactly right.
But Cunningham's got that ability to
Tell you where to go
and hit those kicks.
Yeah.
And,
almost demand, almost kick the ball to where you're supposed to be.
A good forward will go to where his midfielder kicks the ball.
There's footage on the Carlton website as well that shows the work rate from Chera. So he's done his defensive duty by getting back and helping out his back line. He doesn't get involved, but he just gets forward. He gets forward. So, and that, I want the club to show more vision like that and make their media more football focused with regards to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Even when we lose, show us the vision. Show us, okay, well, the guys, they got it wrong in this part and they got it right in this part. But that's fine.
Yeah, that's.
And I know you got to keep that internally to a certain point. I get that. But if you're happy to show the good stuff, you should be equally happy to show the stuff that they need to work on.
We would appreciate.
Mate, I'd love it.
I would love it.
But then you've also got to say, we're giving stuff away to teams, but teams watch the vision anyway.
Come on, man! That ODs me this
secrecy. I know.
No, you can put a drone into the place and watch people train. Really,
I mean, the opposition know before you know
Exactly.
what you're about to do. You
Exactly.
know, like, come on, what's secret?
There's nothing secret.
It's not like the old days, you know, when you came up with like. Remember, Walls came up with the huddle.
The spider
from the
remember the
kick-in.
spider?
Yeah, and then there was Pagan's Paddy. It was almost like
The West Coast Web,
the West Coast Web, yeah.
Clarko's cluster.
That cluster. So those sort of things, I understand. You come up something, but teams quickly pick it up, right?
Takes you-
I understand that.
Yeah.
But your normal basic stuff, yeah, all right, like you're special.
You're running back. Yeah. Okay, you're good. Well done.
You're special.
You're doing your job.
Interesting.
What do we got next? We have got all right. Let's have a look at this one. All right, this one's
Yeah, tackle pressure.
Beautiful.
That was right in front of us there.
Yeah.
That's gone.
and the good thing.
Yes! And he went straight up to Cripper and pointed
He's
as
got such
well.
a good set shot. I just don't understand. Like he can nail these set shots. It frustrates me because
It's here.
I see
It's
it here.
all
but
here.
kind of like when he,
Oi, it's all
yeah,
here.
it's what a tester, man.
It's all in the head.
We talk about like he missed that one, like, and I haven't got it, but he
snap.
misses that shit shot, right? But you see straight away, soon as he took the mark, he was confused of what he
What
wanted
he's
to
supposed
do.
to, it's like as soon as you go past straight, like directly in
doesn't
front,
know what to
he
do.
go. If you're to the right of straight, he goes the banana,
Yeah,
the snap.
Check side.
5 meters to the other side, he's doing a drop punt. For me, that's not natural. And I remember telling him, he doesn't. So when you're directly in front, you're taking a snap like that. You don't have enough curvature in your body to actually move the ball.
You're
gotta start
creating
ball.
the angle.
Yeah, you got to start the ball halfway in the bloody point post.
Yeah.
It's not right.
Yeah.
And it's not the fact that he doesn't not get them on target. He either he doesn't hit his foot.
Yeah, hits
that
his
one
shin.
in the last quarter. He didn't kick it.
Yeah.
Well, that's twice in 2 or 3
He
weeks
didn't-
that
he
he
didn't
doesn't
kick
go
it.
past the metre high.
He didn't kick it.
No.
And then he does that on the.
Right, so the one on the corner, the one he did
No
on
problems.
He's never
that
missed
one there, like he knew straight away what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
There was no confusion,
Yeah.
right? And then if you miss it, you miss it. But that's the right kick to do.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone knows that.
Right. But the other, as soon as he lined up for that
Yeah.
one,
What do I do?
you're in the crowd.
Yeah, he does. Yep.
Was there that? Oh,
Yeah.
And the Hawthorn supporters knew it as well.
Yeah.
And they're down by 10 goals and they're still, revving him up.
Don't worry, there was a bloke behind me that kind of like laughed.
Remember when he lined
then
up
I-
for that snap, sort of just on that little, not the tight angle, the first one he had when he missed.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
I was like, yes, good Harry, good.
Well, there was a Hawthorn supporter, he kind of like laughed at it, but don't worry, I gave him the stare when he gave the one on.
Oh, did you give him the stare? Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that one there.
Is that when we were 9 goals up or 10 goals up?
9 or 10 goals.
Good on you.
I
mate.
like it.
At least he stayed.
Nah, that's it. And
What's this? Is this a defensive effort?
oh well, this is
Oh no! This I was ropeable with that.
now, the reason I show that because it was
Right
at
before
that
that.
10 or 15 minute period where the whole
Yep.
defensive structure kind of like fell
lost our
away. They
heads.
were going too forward, you know what I mean? And I did say to Dylan, I was saying to him, I don't like that they've let him in, like because they've kind of lost their structure. I hope they get it back, and they did. They did, which is the main thing.
Yeah.
But that happened like 3 or 4 times. You know?
The ones that shit me were the goals from kick-ins.
Yeah, that wasn't
Yeah.
good.
And the way that that's it's kind of our kryptonite, the diagonal ball over the zone. They did it 3 or 4 times in that quarter. So they'd work it towards one angle of the ground, and then they'd move forward diagonally to get over our zone, and we were done. We were cooked.
So what was happening there? Were we going up too far?
Well, it's what they call overloads. So they work you to one side, and then they peel back to the other, and they get an outnumber, and they hope that the kicker from here at the point of the defensive square can hit the target over the top on the diagonal.
And if he does,
you're out.
You're done.
You've got your outnumbers, and then it's just up to technical ability to get
And
it
that's
right.
all right. You know, Hawthorn, look, an AFL side should be able to get
Yeah, of
their
course,
momentum back.
naturally.
Yeah, 100%.
But for mine, the 2 goals we conceded from kick-ins were both from set shots. You've got to be set up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it doesn't matter how good the opposition, you've got to be set up.
Yeah.
And that's the frustrating part. But they rectified it, and it was a strong last quarter.
Yeah, it was.
100%.
Strong last quarter.
We could have easily walked out of that game with a 6-goal win. And they
Yeah.
could have just put their foot off the pedal.
Yeah.
And the thing is, at AFL, you're never going to get it. You're never going to get it hell-bent on your terms.
Yeah,
the
we're not
whole
going to
game,
leave them
mate.
goalless.
It doesn't work that way.
We're not going to
mate.
leave them goalless the whole game.
What have you got to do when it's not going your way? You've got to mitigate the damage.
100%.
You've got to mitigate the damage.
And they And they did because
to a certain
what
point.
they scored 5-3.
There was 4 goals in that.
And it was not like our scoring didn't dry up in the third.
No, we kicked 3. We kicked 3 goals.
No. So it wasn't that bad. And as I said, luckily we came back in that last. There's another one. Look, Sauce I thought was good.
That was a bit of a stuff up from Hawthorn. It was just poor disposal, but we were there to pounce.
And you saw that they spread, they got the handball, they looked, Marlin's in space. It's amazing.
You got to be there ready to pounce on the mistakes.
Small thing I also like about that is Martin, when he also had room in front of him, he could have played on and blasted away.
Yeah.
Go
He
back.
took his 30 seconds. He realised the Hawthorn, we're doing a bit of something. Just take your 30.
Because whoever was running towards him, that Hawthorn player, because I was looking at that, he was close enough
to play on.
Yeah.
And he just said, nah.
He has the momentum. You're trying to pick up the momentum.
Yeah, 100%. The other thing as well, he could have pinged his
He did
calf.
the right thing. And what did he do?
He could have pinged his calf if he took off too far.
I'm telling you.
Just stay still, please.
Well, in that moment, when he goes back and has a set shot, it's like, mate, it doesn't matter if you play on or not, you've got to kick that.
Yeah.
You've got to kick the goal.
Both. If you play on or you do the set shot,
he nailed it. I thought he was going to miss, but he nailed it.
You reckon?
Yeah,
I actually walked to go get a burger because I knew he was going to kick it.
I thought he would slide it to the right, but nice set shot.
He's a good kick. What about this one here? This again with Martin. Look, nice little kick. That was a nice drill. But I like this by Curnow. Look at this setback. He could have blazed away. No,
got a beautiful field kick, doesn't he, Charlie?
And the kick was to his advantage.
Yeah.
Not over his head.
He should be hitting that. He should be hitting that kick.
It's not.
Simple as that.
That's 101 stuff. That.
And their skills are so much better. Now, are they any different, these players, to 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? No. Why are their skills better?
Mate, there may be a little bit of a drop off from the opposition, or maybe just
I reckon
they're
a little bit
getting
of confidence.
nourishment on the scoreboard.
Nourishment.
With the confidence now, and they're confident in the process. Because Voss said nothing has really changed with regards to what they've done and the way that they've moved and stuff. So I don't know.
I reckon something's changed.
I agree.
Yeah, they're executing far better, and they're
maybe
playing.
Someone's blasted them.
Yeah, it could be that selflessness.
What about
Well, they did post something.
This bloke again, like Harry again, looks on the inside, comes Curnow straight away, looking in the middle. There's two players sitting there.
Two of them on.
Chera's set shots are from that spot every single time.
It's just locking in. $1 every time he marks the ball there.
How many times? Actually, that's a good point. How many times has he had a set shot from that point?
The Richmond game.
Yeah, he sits there right.
Collingwood last year. I can't
finds himself.
that game.
Mate, we've been hanging out for that goal kicking midfielder.
For years. And finally, we might have got him.
Yeah, very impressed with his year. Any other highlights, sir?
I reckon we've got a couple more here.
Right,
let's have a look at this one.
Yeah. Which one's this one? Let's have a look.
Look at
this one here. Look at this.
Fogarty.
Fogarty here.
Nice little goal. He deserves a goal, Fogarty. He deserves a gold.
He's been good. You know,
I really like this game.
I think we'll get onto the forward line. I think we've found it now.
Oh, you reckon it's the complete...
What do they call it? The right mix?
Yeah, the right mix.
They found the right mix.
I think we have.
Is that what they call it?
We'll have a look at this last one, and then I'll have a bit of a word about what's going on there, I think.
This is how I knew it was our day. Ready?
Cripps is out running a 20-year-old.
No, not that. Look at this. On his left. Look at this. Mate.
And hits him. And that's when he done the roundhouse kick. Yeah, so...
The roundhouse kick, the Bruce Lee.
The Bruce Lee kick.
Mate, Cripps hitting left footers to the tip.
But what was that first... He looked for the handball, noticed that it wasn't there, and then for some reason saw McKay over there and hit him.
To go off on a tangent a little bit, I don't know about you, since the Essendon game, I've looked at Cripper and he just looks at, like, on Sunday, he looked so much more refreshed. He looked like a different player than what he was against Essendon.
Well, this is what I think, and I raised this question. Not facetiously, or not to be a smartass, or not, because you can't. How can you deal in hypotheticals? You can to a certain point. But remember when I said to you, did the Gold Coast game feel like it was the win of an interim coach? You know, when you've sacked the coach,
the honeymoon period,
the interim coach comes in, and you get that first win in his first game, and then the shackles are released. Did it feel like that? I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe.
Because we said, mate, there's no way knowing that they weren't asking the question of the coach.
Bloody hope they were, but it's not right that they were. But Of course,
No,
they were
but of
asking.
course you have to, though.
They were.
Everyone's asking the question, not just of the coach, but all of them.
Of course.
And we still are.
There were people asking for Cripps' head 3 weeks ago.
And
there still are. And there still will be.
I was trading for pick one.
And so they should be, because it's not all over yet.
But pressure is good.
It is good.
If you can
good.
handle it, it's good.
Yeah. Collingwood have pressure on them every week. They're the second biggest club in the land.
But they have that confidence. They have that
They take on their pressure and they say, you know what, screw it.
Yeah, they actually look forward to it.
They can handle it.
They can handle it. And we've got to learn to handle it. Because the pressure's going to come every week.
From here on in, it will.
Yeah.
And especially now.
Yeah.
So and the other thing I noticed, I don't think the two-prong big forwards in the forward line works. I don't think
Someone has to sacrifice.
right.
Which they did.
Right. So the way in the first bit, Curnow was up the ground a lot more, and then McKay started going up the ground. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of times there was only one big forward. That's the formula.
I do agree. Yeah.
That is the formula, mate. Like, especially that their tanks are so big, and Curnow's a great kid.
Good luck playing on Harry and Charlie all day.
Why wouldn't you play him up forward? Get him up there at times and then bring him back, mate. Like, I'm telling you, that's the formula. You do
I'm
that.
sure they are.
I think they rotate.
You know what it is?
I don't think they were,
No,
but
this is where I think it breaks down with them in that particular mould, and that there is no doubt that they want them to play that way. Like it's not a doubt. The problem is, you look a couple of plays back. Okay, are our midfielders getting on top to actually get it in there fast enough so that they have the ability to separate from opponents and get them one-on-one? That's the first question. Then the next question is, how are we moving the ball from the back line to the midfield to the forward? Are we moving it fast enough, and are we getting it to them to a point where they can get that separation away from each other? Or are we too slow, and are we stifled too much where it becomes too much of a jam and a flood in our back line, and they just can't find the space and they have to just lead to a contest?
Yep.
That's been the problem, I think.
That's true too. That's true too.
Yeah.
Of course. That's
I
all
love
true.
Charlie up the ground. Charlie up the ground, he's so good field
Well,
kick
how many
wise.
times do both of them take that mark?
Yeah, the relief kick.
The relief
I don't
kick.
like it when they're the pure relief kick, but when they're the cop out.
Yeah.
When we're kicking it to them, when on opposition's 65 metre, their 65 metre area, I don't like that. When we're kicking it to them from a kick out, I hate that. They shouldn't be there. Wing, forward. That's where.
Perfect.
No problems. I want them to be the kick that comes into the forward
We
line
do
to
that
the next
properly.
bloke.
I'm telling you, we become dangerous. We do that properly. The way they were doing it the last. Now I can't wait. I'm actually looking forward to now Fremantle, Port Adelaide, and Collingwood. I'm telling you, I'm
Forgot
gone.
the buy.
Yeah.
Nah, well, forget about West Ham.
I'm just looking forward to Fremantle.
No, but what I'm saying, I'm looking forward to seeing them
See what they do.
against these teams. Because I'm telling you, that bloody two big forwards, playing them the way they are, these medium forwards with Martin, as long as they stay, Cunningham and that, all of a sudden we become a difficult...
I just need to do something for one moment. Where's your whiteboard marker?
Oh, God.
They're up there.
This is very impromptu.
What'd you put there? Oh, did I put a... What do I do? I actually had an owl.
You had an owl on the Hawthorn game. You've been shitting me the whole time.
No, that was...
Really?
I don't know why.
There was an owl on the Hawthorn
Well, I
game.
probably didn't give much confidence to think there was going to be a W. You probably did it weeks in advance.
So we have a big whiteboard here that has all the games, just for those that don't know. It's sitting to our right here, and we record what's going on. It's basically the organiser for the
It is the organiser.
When our eyes
And under the Hawthorn game, Rocco
Had put an
owl.
I don't know why. Owl.
Must have done it after a couple of minutes.
No, we've got a W, so that's it. It is W, two W's. Great. But back to the game, I think that if we do that, separate those forwards, one plays up, like almost at centre half forward.
Naturally.
Kind of fall forward.
Old school.
The other thing they've been doing is, mate, he can say not much has changed, but he is definitely doing some more moves on the ground.
I like how he's
During the game.
on the bench.
Yes.
I do like that.
So what he's done is, like, even at one stage, Lewis Young started in the forward 50, right? I know it doesn't work. It doesn't matter. It keeps the opposition thinking.
For me,
Doherty on the wing at one stage, Fogarty in the middle, Cribbs
Cunningham in the forward, in the midfield as well.
That's it, mate. Just keep changing.
You've got to have a rotation. You have to. For me, I think the question was answered. Maybe it was a bit of a blessing with DeConnie going down. I think Lewis Young, I said to him at the game yesterday, is our second ruckman. I think he is.
He's
I think,
he's not our backman.
So. No, because I think he brings us more versatility as a footballer than what DeConnie and Pitnet do as a second ruckman. Yeah. So I've always been of the belief that your second ruckman should be someone who can play either in another position. Now, DeConnie can't play forward. He just can't. He's not a forward.
He can, but I don't know if it's his. He hasn't shown his.
He can
kick a goal, but he hasn't shown it over a period.
Now, Pitnet, I actually like Pitnet. I don't think he can do it.
No.
So you need someone who can be versatile. That's why they want Silvani to do it. That's why they want Jack.
Yeah, and he actually did well yesterday, and he kicked his goal.
But he ain't a ruckman. We know that.
No, I don't think he's a ruckman, and he's very we put him in there. He does a job.
Yeah.
So, what is the ideal ruck situation?
Well, I think
I
personally think we might have been given the option. Like if DeConning leaves,
everyone's fit.
For mine, it's Pitnet as our first ruck.
I think so. I think Pitnet has to be the first.
He's a brute.
And then how they figure out that second ruck,
so
I don't know.
DeConning might actually give us he might just say, I'm going, and then the question's answered for us. But for me personally, I think it's Pitnet, Lewis Young as the second, and Jack as the third forward.
For mine, it's playing one pure ruck.
Yeah.
And then plucking out a key position from somewhere to pinch it.
And this nonsense.
During the game. So you're talking like a Mackay.
Yes, this nonsense that Harry can't, that shits me. Harry can play ruck. Joe Danaher has been in extremely good form this year on the back of him going into the midfield and playing ruck minutes. He doesn't need to play 50%. To play 10% in the ruck.
Not even.
Who cares? Just chip out in the forward line. Yeah. Do it. He's got a free kick.
So that means you don't play someone like a TDK.
It may be the case.
You don't play him.
Well, they penciled him in as the number one ruck in years to come, and he may very well be. We don't know what's going to happen with the contract. We don't know what's going to happen with his future at the club. I'm led to believe he's 50-50 at the moment.
We were led to believe that he signed 2 months ago.
Well, the mail from Sammy Edmund was not. He's been offered a deal at Carlton. We all know that for a fact. Whether or not he signs, I don't know, and that's up to him. As a player, you can understand him saying, "Well, I want to assess my options." We get it,
of course.
He's young. He wants to make a career out of it. He wants the dollars. He wants the years. You've got a bit of empathy for him in that regard, but ultimately, it ain't up to him to keep him there. It's up to the club to keep him. It's up to the club to develop him and say, "Okay, this is what we're selling you. This is what you're going to be. This is what you are. This is where we see the club in 5 years. And this is how we're going to do it."
But he ain't the be-all and end-all of our club. You can't be. He's definitely holding that club to ransom. But no player is. Yeah, but he's not holding that club to ransom where we're like, if he leaves, we're screwed. We have options without him.
If the price is right.
We have options without him. If
the price is right.
But we do. We have options without him.
With Larry Emder.
If people crack the shits that he leaves, don't be worried. We've got
solutions.
If
he wants to leave, let him leave.
We've got solutions.
The club ain't.
And we'll get something for him as well. So.
Yeah, and you're right. It's up to us.
Well, this is what you've got it when people say, and you know how I am. I always try to ask the opposite question. Oh, he should sign if he really loves the club. Oh, he'll sign. He'll sign.
Yeah, exactly why.
Hang on a minute. What about the club's lure to keep him?
Yep.
What are they doing on the field, and what are they selling him as a vision in order for him to say, you know what?
I want to stay here.
Carlton's my home.
Yeah, 100%.
This is where I want to be.
100%.
And it's more than dollars. It's more than money.
It's always going to be more because at the end of the day, the money isn't going to be that much different.
No.
Yeah. Like you think about it. It's not like it's going to be like 500 or 1.5. It's not that.
100 grand.
And then the tax comes in, the ATO comes in.
Yeah. So it's that. So you're right. So it's what you sell to him as far as
a vision.
Correct.
And a success.
And also, he's got to be looking at the team and thinking, all right, we're on the right direction here. We're on the right path. We've got the right people. No doubt. You know, and if we're not selling that, then, well, that's on us then, yeah?
Yeah.
So...
And if players like that, who have this potential, and players who are stars at our club, say stars, like players who perform...
Potential stars.
Aren't signing and they're considering their options, well, the people at the club running the joint should be saying,
why?
Fuck, what are we doing wrong?
Yeah, 100%.
The question's why.
Yeah.
Always
Why aren't these players developing? Why don't they want to stay?
Well, they should be looking with.
But it's one thing, and this is the question too. It's almost twofold, right? So we haven't really had players demand to leave. They're like, nah, I want to get out of here. I want to get out of here. I want
The
to.
last player I think was that.
Chesky Seaton.
Yeah, him and Lockie Henderson.
And
Henderson, yeah.
Yeah, but we haven't had someone who's actually just come forward and said, no, I don't want to be here.
And now that could also be a case of, well, I'm comfortable here. The standards are not as high as they are at other clubs, and I'm getting paid the same amount of dollars to stay, so I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
What is it? It's one or the other.
Yep.
Or could be there could be both.
Yeah. No, I agree. No, it is interesting.
Time will tell, I guess, with the TDK
Time will tell.
But is it a bad thing that he was out yesterday? No, because now it's given us another option to now think about.
Anytime someone is either dropped or injured or whatever, it should be there should be an opportunity. There should be an opportunity. You shouldn't never look at it as a bad thing.
Well, I reckon it's a beautiful segue into what you want to chat about, the forward line.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Well,
Can't forget that.
for me personally, I think we found what we wanted with our forward line. It has
So
to be.
you've got your big forward. You've always had your two big
so
forwards.
two Rolls Royce in Charlie and Harry, they stay as is. Matt always is the best small forward at our club. Lock. He is there.
At the moment.
At the moment, yeah. At the moment. I'm not talking about what he can be. Right now, Matthew Owies is the best small forward at our football club. Yeah. That's it. Okay? Could Motlop be that? Bloody oath. Could Durden be that? Bloody oath. Cunningham gives us that explosive midfield-esque polish X factor. Jack Martin, if he's fit, we all know how good he can be if he's fit. And you know what? Ever since he's come back, that Essendon game, he could have blown that game apart. Like, he had a couple of set shots in that Essendon game where he missed. I think he kicked 1-3 in that Essendon game, and he looked all right. He was one of our more prominent forwards.
He's been far more noticeable.
100%. And, like, we always used to call him the Enigma.
He looks different.
Yeah. Well, he looks like we used to call him the Enigma because you just don't know what you're going to get out of him. Yeah. But the last 3 weeks, I've actually seen what we can get out of him. And if that means he gets subbed off at 3/4 time because his workload is too much, I don't care. Yeah. Because if he kicks 3 goals a week, I don't give a shit.
If he plays that game every week, we're in business.
You know, but the one thing I will say, I wouldn't want to go rob a bank with Jack Martin. Because when he took that mark on the goal line, he sold himself out way too soon. Yeah. He took the mark and he gave it back to the umpire and he walked back as if he was setting up for a behind.
I know.
Brother, hold on to that ball.
Yeah, that's it.
Because if I ever went to rob a bank, which I'm not, and if the cops went up to him, yeah, we did it.
Yeah, I know.
We did it. Who'd you do it with? It was Michael and Paul.
They gave it to him, so yeah. No, you're right.
So I think that's the blend, the Fogarty Cunningham mix of going into the midfield, and I love them going into the midfield. You look at Fogarty and Cunningham's numbers; they both kick. So 3 goals between them, and I think it was 34 possessions between the three of them.
So Fogarty and Cunningham, and even Martin to that extent, have more. So
they kicked 6 goals between them.
Yeah, they've got more in their armoury with regards to rotating positions than what Motlop and
Motlop can't go in the midfield. Durden, I actually think, could, in time, play midfield.
I think
wing.
Motlop can too.
But
problem is they don't have the ability to sustain it.
And them three there that you've just mentioned, Cunningham, Fogarty and Martin, a lot older too.
Yes.
How old's Fogarty?
24.
Okay.
He's been around the system.
He's been around. He came from a pretty good system as well.
Yeah.
Okay, Martin's obviously 27, 28.
And Cunningham's been injured, but he's been
Cunningham's
around.
26, 27.
He's been around.
26?
Cunningham, 25.
Same age as Charlie, yeah. But I'm please, just give us, please, I just want to see David Cunningham with just being fit. Please, just for 1 year.
Too.
Just please. I'm telling you right now, 1 year fit of David Cunningham, this is a big call, I'll say right now, if he played a whole year fit, he'd be a top 5 best and fairest footballer
at our club.
100%. Yeah. He
definitely top 10.
He's got more skill than half our freaking list.
No, and 100%.
That's a fair point.
And with Cunningham, it's a bit like that Curnow when Curnow got injured, and you were never sure. And we still don't know. But remember, Curnow was coming back. You go, I don't know, man. If he's I hope he's going to be all right. And it's a bit like that with Cunningham. Hopefully, he's going to be all right. So let's not jinx him. Just play your footy, have some fun.
He is a very, very good footballer.
Yeah,
with ball in hand.
Yeah,
one of our better users.
Yeah. So they've made the difference. The other thing that's made the difference to our side is the young kids, mate. So you bring in Kemp.
How good's Kemp been?
Oh, my shares in him have gone up, haven't they?
How many marks did he take?
Nine
again.
Nine.
Again.
10
And he had,
last
what,
week.
19 touches or 17?
Yeah.
He's getting his hands on the
I
ball,
love him.
though, mate.
And he uses the ball well.
He's the modern day intercept defender.
He can
He's
play
scared,
a role. He plays on his man.
But he's got
Yeah.
influence. He doesn't just lock down.
He's not scared, man. He moves.
Takes the
How
ball
many
on.
times does he do the shimmy?
Yeah. I love
Mate, he's
him.
got it in him, man.
You know what they're doing? They're playing football.
Not hard.
They're playing football. Let's have some.
He's always looking to get on the front foot.
Yeah. We're loving what Chincotta does.
Yeah. Little
You know
bust
what
the
I mean?
head.
He didn't have his best game, but I'm still loving what he
Boyd.
does.
He's tough.
Boyd is the other one.
Yeah.
Boyd, and you saw it last year, and I kept saying it, this guy's, he's the prototype of what the coaches want, because he doesn't lose his one-on-ones.
Yep.
He doesn't lose those one-on-ones. He's tapping the ball, he's getting involved in opposition,
Tough footy player.
Yeah.
good kick as well.
He's got a bit of pace. He's got a good. He's got a kick. He takes on the game.
He's
I
a
like
lock
it.
in that team.
I'm telling
he's
you,
almost a lock.
Now you were saying about the
that
four
team.
line.
The back line, yeah.
The back line now is kind of like.
They've got the set three.
Have a listen to us after 2 weeks.
I actually booked that September. No, Jesus.
No, but-
we put a bit of mustard on a lot of things here, but
No, we have.
we're allowed to.
I told you what we're on.
Mate,
I told you what
I was ready to
street
kill
we're
someone
on.
3 weeks
Three
ago.
weeks ago we had nothing. At least we're
I'll
seeing
tell you
something.
what,
3 weeks
now.
ago, I'm still lighting that up.
I've never left. I've never left a game of football early, and I left halfway during the third quarter against the Essendon game,
no.
and I texted him because he was working,
working.
and I said to him, "You wouldn't believe what I've done. I've left."
Oh, shock.
And it was like God had been.
I didn't blame-
God
don't
had
blame
come, and
him.
I was so angry. I was just, and it's just nice to win.
Yeah.
So let me enjoy winning.
Yeah, let's enjoy it.
That's it.
And people could say, "Oh, yeah, whatever."
Well, you know what? Go get
whatever.
fucked.
But and again, I was saying this before we started the show, right? I was saying like, so we found a few, like right mixture in back, and it's kind of like starting to kind of work.
But
It's not all
Ken-
there. But there's still changes have to be done, Paul.
Yeah.
Like,
course.
this isn't like, we've fixed everything up now. And I'm not saying changes as far as coach. To me, I'm going to state this. I think Voss should be the coach.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
I don't want him to go, right?
Right, okay.
I don't want him to go.
Four.
I think he should be the coach and we should give him a chance, right?
I don't. Whatever they decide, as long as they're winning.
I'm 4.
I'm just, I would say 4. I don't want to see them just do a
I
drastic.
will say, if he turns this around
Yeah.
from that start,
Yeah.
if he somehow turns it
They
around,
have to sign him up. They have to.
if he turns it around, then the support for him is going to be far
Exacerbated.
more.
I just don't think we need another change
We don't.
like we've done
But what's
every
it gonna
single
achieve?
time.
What did we
need
say
another
before?
change. I said this, and past players have told me
You
this.
make your bed, you lie in it.
But my past players have told me this. They kind of they get a coach, and then they kind of they start to bond, and then bang, they change everything again.
And then what happens?
And it takes years to bond that whole side together. But anyway, regardless of that,
It is a mini reset.
it is a
when
big
you think
reset. There's
about it.
nothing wrong with that. You should be resetting every bloody year.
Yeah.
Mid-season as
Mid-season
well.
if you have to. But what I'm saying is,
Collingwood did last year.
Yeah.
Halfway during the year,
Mate,
they're freaking
it was
6-6.
it was before us.
Exactly. And then we changed their lives. Thank you.
But what I'm saying is that, a few things are starting to work on that. But even if we make finals, for example, there still has to be change in
Bloody
that.
oath, 'cause they can't go in
Don't
saying-
think that this is we're all fixed now, even if we make finals. No. Assistant coaches have to be looked at.
Yes.
Board.
Everyone
Board
does.
has to be looked at.
Players.
You know what I mean? Players have to be looked at. You know what I mean? Even though we accidentally we fall into the finals and all that, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We still need change in this
man.
Because
club.
you can't forget about the first 11 rounds.
Right.
You can't.
But last few weeks have been encouraging.
A foot in
Yes.
the right direction.
It's not what they've done. Remember, and last year when we were winning in that 8-2 period, and then we started losing, and we kept looking back, saying, "Oh yeah,
And we're like,
but we did play well at the start of the season. We did, but I don't care."
shit.
Now the same thing has to happen. Don't look back at what's happened before.
Do the opposite.
Look ahead to the next game. All
What was
right.
that?
One game.
I
at a time.
was happy with what Voss said
Yeah.
in the presser. And I know it's easy to say when you lose, but the first thing he said, he put finals aside. He goes, nah.
Fremantle.
I don't want... Next training session.
Yes.
Opposition analysis.
And as a supporter
Fremantle.
base. As a supporter base, we should be like that.
That's what I want to hear.
Has to be now.
That's what I want to hear. In this moment, that's what I want to hear.
Has to be. They did mention finals, and he goes, I don't want to hear about it.
But I would have been happy for him to say, no, that's our goal. There's no doubt about that. It's always our goal. Yeah. We always want to make finals. But
Fremantle.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
We do. We want to make finals, but all we can do is worry about
control your controllables.
Well, that's it, and that's the next. Actually, the first thing they should think about is the first training session.
Mate, the first recovery session after the game, first training session.
Do you want to know, as a supporter base, what we should be doing? Now that word, control the controllables. If any of you bananas do the ladder predictor, don't do it. Do not do it. It is the worst thing we've ever created. Just don't do it.
Terry, Buster.
Please.
Don't do it. I know you've already done it, but don't do it.
Control the controllables, because I tell you right now, if all of you are tipping 9 a week, go to the tab, tip them again,
exactly.
and keep loading up.
What was
who tipped GWS to beat Melbourne?
What was the other one that
was the one
did you do it with Terry over breakfast in Sydney?
Just don't
and then
do
he
it.
stopped and go, what are we doing?
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
that was after the Sydney game. We sat there at breakfast. And then we're talking, and he goes, all right, listen, if we do that, and halfway through it, we go,
what the fuck are we doing?
What are we doing, mate? But you know what? I understand as fans, and I see it in the younger people too.
That's fine.
It's the hope that keeps you alive, and it's the hope that kills you.
So what I'm getting at with the controllables is that you shouldn't need to be doing the ladder predictor if we win.
Yeah, of course.
Win. That's it. And you won't need to do no ladder predictor because the math says we win enough games, we will make the 8. So just don't worry about anyone else. Worry about you. Yeah. That's it.
All you can do is worry about the next, like I said, recovery, next training, and then comes the game.
Ball.
The first
thing that they should have done after that game, celebrate it, and then say, I need to have the best recovery session possible 100%. Tomorrow.
Be a cricketer.
100%.
Next ball, no run.
You can't.
You hit a 4, reset. No run. You make 100,
play every ball on its merits.
Straight through the keeper. No run.
Every ball on its Daniel merits.
And you know what? If anyone's played cricket, there's no more truer statement than that.
I agree.
Life lessons.
You know, you're sitting there.
Just ask England.
Just ask England.
We'll get to them.
And we'll get to them. But I'm telling you, when you used to sit out there, go out there, and you used to face that ball, and you used to make a few runs and that, you could never worry about, I need 10 more to make that 50.
Cricket,
it was always, all right, reset, next ball.
For me, cricket is the one sport that is just so life relatable, where you can be a world beater one ball. You hit a cover drive straight through cover, and you're God.
I love
There's nothing better than that feeling. There's nothing better.
You
than
don't even run. You just turn back
from a religious knicker. Okay, there's nothing better than a cover drive.
A religious knicker.
Then the next ball, you hit the head.
What about when you hold
the ribs?
When you hold the shot?
No run.
And then you just look and then you walk back.
Exactly. You go from being God to then you can be a peasant the next ball and get
then
out.
the next ball
You're out.
rips out that middle stump and you don't even want to look back.
You know where you are?
Because
you're
bat under the arm.
That arrogance is gone.
And
it can be, as you said, it can be a very humbling sport.
It is.
And these moments can be very
And
humbling.
look, footy's the same too, man. One moment there, you're
kicking 7 goals.
Or you're kicking the goal, and then the next you're getting beaten, you know, and you get outmarked or whatever. So one thing at a time. That's very
good win.
No, it was a good win.
Good fortnight, or good.
3 weeks.
Good 3 weeks. We had a win. We had a break.
That
was the most important thing.
Jeez, that was good.
We're the only team that's won after a break.
One team has won after the break.
No, I think it was
might have been GWS.
Brisbane won it.
Brisbane did that?
Yeah, Thursday night when they demolished.
That's
high
curse. That's just bullcrap, mate.
Yeah, it is. It's a load of rubbish. Yeah. It's a load of rubbish. But we did do it.
Us wearing the orange socks is not bullshit, but that's our buy for the year. We've got a Kavorka on us.
Yeah, the Kavorka.
Mate, they're going to celebrate when they win their first one.
That should be. Get the champagne out that night.
God.
Anything else to add?
I don't know. The game was pretty. And
We
again,
won.
I
You know
wasn't
what it was?
overexcited when we won.
We were tradesmen yesterday. We went, did the job and left. That was it. That's all we had to do. And if we were in the 8 and we did that job, we did what a top 8 team does. We walk in, we walk out, take the 4 points, and we got 10-goal win. Thank you very much.
Well, what I did like
Our average winning margin. So we've won out of the last 3 games we've won.
Is 80.
West Coast, Gold Coast,
That's what I've told you.
and
Hawthorn.
Hawthorn. Our average winning margin is 75 points.
I'm telling you, man.
Look
watch
out,
out.
Freo.
Look out.
Careful.
12-goal win coming up.
We'll get to Freo. But you know what? One more thing. What I did like was,
Yes.
as I said, that third quarter.
When Hawthorn kind of got on
Yeah,
top
they
for a
kind
bit.
of got tight. I didn't want to win by 3 goals.
Oh yeah,
like I said, Yeah,
We
could have
extended
easily,
back out
We could have
again.
easily come out and won by 4 goals, 3, and we've done that before. The North Melbourne game at the start of the year.
Hawthorn show that they respond when they get flogged. As in, remember when they were getting belted in that Port game, and then they responded in the second half.
So we're going to come out.
Beat St Kilda, beat Brisbane.
Yeah.
You know what I liked
Flogged
about that
against
third
Gold Coast,
quarter?
but-
Yeah, fine. They kick 4 goals, but we kick 3.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And they are look.
You're not going to win every quarter.
I know it would have been a bit less had Sicily have played because that guy's a
And
gun.
not only sister, I think there was another backman too missing.
Jarman Impey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jarman Impey.
So, but naturally, and of course it would have been
Do they
different.
add another 3 goals? Like, is it a 3-goal?
They ain't winning the game with them. They ain't winning the game.
No.
So, but anyone
Would
can
have
beat
been a
anyone.
little bit
They beat, they beat Brisbane 3 weeks ago. And if you had told me that, I
Look,
would
we were
laughed at you.
favourites to win.
We
We
won.
did what we had to do.
Yeah.
We won the game. We played well. A lot of players did play well. Cunningham gets through another game. We show some form in the forward line. You know what I mean? The back line's holding up. Wiedering starting to get it. You know, man, that Wiedering playing well in the last. That's a big thing too. You know,
There's
what
no
I mean?
coincidence that it's not because Young's also not there. I'm so, like, not having a go at him, but I just don't think he's the right person to be alongside.
It wasn't the
Wiedering.
right mix.
Okay, it's Kemp.
But it was at
and
one
McGovern.
stage. It was
It
weird.
was, but
Something's
like,
happened.
but
Something's
it
clearly
was.
happened there.
It was because we were told to do that. So who was at round 1 last year? It was Durden. It was Durden. Sam Durden.
Sam Durden. Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Durden.
Who round 1 last year against Richmond when we beat them? Who was the fullback?
Lewis Young.
No, it wasn't. No,
Sam
Lewis
Durden
Young-
was a mid-season
no,
recruit.
Lewis Young came in at the Hawthorn game. That was his first game.
Did he?
Yeah. When we beat Hawthorn, when Sylvania
Sam
kicked the
Durden
snap-
played.
Who played round
Oh,
1?
it was.
He had an injury.
No, McDonald. Oscar
No,
McDonald.
It was McDonald.
McDonald,
Yeah,
see?
Oscar McDonald.
Yes,
It was
yeah.
McDonald, but
They
Sam
look the
Durden
same.
was.
Yeah.
Remember, Sam Durden was in the talk, but then he got
Yeah.
injured or something, and then Lewis came.
That's
anyway,
what I'm saying.
Lewis
So
Young
it was McDonald.
No, Sam Durden was not at the club in the early part of
Correct,
the year. Sam
yeah.
Durden was a
Come
mid-season
in, oh,
recruit.
come
So
in,
it
he
was-
played
it
The
was
second
McDonald.
time we played Richmond in the wet.
Yeah. So it was McDonald.
And then we were saying he was out. And then,
Yes.
so,
And he got injured.
Then he
that
did
night.
his knee.
Yeah, that's
He hurt
right.
his
So
knee.
McDonald
away,
was
yeah.
the man.
yeah.
McDonald played
we
round
just
1 and
don't know.
2, and he got injured in round 2.
Did his back.
Yes.
Correct. Then Young
then
came
we
in.
put Young in, and everyone thought that the Wiedering
So-
one.
Yeah.
So tell me something. So definitely, of course, Wiedering,
Kemp
Right.
cannot be dropped for the rest of the year.
So-
just cannot.
because it's Kemp.
It's 100%.
It's Kemp.
Wiedering as the lockdown-ish guy,
Yeah.
and then Kemp and McGovern as your intercepts.
Right.
No, but Wiedering and McGovern, Kemp and McGovern to then rotate on who they need to lock down.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
you're going to
yeah.
come across teams
But
that
yeah,
have
no.
2 forwards, 2 big
No.
forwards. I actually think Kemp can play a good role as a lockdown defender.
And then we've
as
got
well.
a couple.
Defensively, he still needs a little bit of work.
But he'll be bigger and stronger in years to come.
Well, you hope so.
Young.
You hope so.
He'll get
McGovern
there.
comes
and
back
then,
and helps
and then
out.
next year, I don't want to go on to next year, but then, you know, you have got Zach Williams too, going to be ready to come in. And why I'm saying that is you got Zach Williams and you got the other young kid that played at the start of the year. What was his name?
For us,
Yeah.
young kid. Which young kid? Oh, Cowan, Lockie Cowan. Yep.
So you got a couple there now, potentially.
That could play.
And the most important thing to me is those reserve players have to be pushing, mate.
Absolutely.
They've got
That's-
to be
that's the
pushing.
thing.
Or else you're not going
And if
nowhere.
they
That's the
are,
big one.
they have to be pushing. All right. I think that's it.
Yeah. Move on. We've got to stop with the mustard here.
Is it mustard though? I think we've been pretty reasonable.
I think we've been reasonable.
As you said,
we haven't been Dijon.
I
We've
think-
been grain mustard.
I think you've
I'm
got to.
realistic, mate. I'm telling you, like Fremantle now is the perfect game
Opportunity for us. Yeah.
for us. Away.
100%. Backs against. It's not backs against the wall. It's like
Well, it is a little bit. Their backs against the wall.
their back. They are.
Right? We're playing them. We're going into state.
They need to beat
and
us.
I'm telling you, Fremantle Carlton, they're not very dissimilar. You know what I mean? So we're coming up against Fremantle. It's going to be a tough game. This is like, I thought Hawthorn was the perfect comeback game after the bye.
Yep.
Right? And now I think Fremantle is the perfect lead up
to the next game.
Yeah. It's working out nicely. I'm telling you, this is... there's going to
Again, it's the way you when you analyse it in the grand scheme of things, you're like, what does it mean? We're still 14th or whatever we are, right? But then when you analyse it in isolation, you're like, oh...
Yeah, that's
pretty good.
And exactly. And you've done that before.
It's that impasse. You're at that...
Right.
What did I call it on the fan cams? The avenue of apprehension.
Yeah, I heard you.
That's a Fleming quote,
That's a
isn't it?
bowlologist
That's a bowlologist quote.
It is. I like it.
Avenue of apprehension.
Yes, you
is
did
where
say
we
that.
are.
I like that. I didn't know what you were saying, but
Yeah,
I
that
like
is
it.
Avenue of
a fast
apprehension.
bowler.
Yeah, no,
fast
I
bowling.
know. That
He's
was
been a
good.
joy to work with, Flemo. He's a jet.
He's a
you
Hawthorn
worked with
supporter,
him?
isn't he?
He's been on our SEN.
Oh,
Is he a
yes.
Hawthorn
He is a
supporter?
Hawthorn. I gave a few because
But he's over there.
Colo, our call. Yeah, he's over there. Yeah.
So what happens there? Get us a bit of an insight. Do you like speak to him like
You know,
during
open
the
up the
breaks
bubbly.
and that?
Go open up the bubbly.
Bubbly.
Yeah. Bevel.
Try, but the bubbly?
You want some more beer?
Nah.
What's the beer?
But no, I'm good.
Smell test. Nice. Okay, go Paul.
Bevan and walk.
What happens there?
With the so we've got our big panel and our satellites. Basically, it's called an off-broadcast line. So they have their big panel in the commentary box, which picks up the satellite signal from us, and it relays it back to us in the studio. And it's almost like we're here.
Yeah.
So if I need to go down the line, so I'm communicating with them down the line, saying, well, "You got 10 seconds till the break's done. You got this, you got that. All right, cross back to us during the lunch. Blah blah blah. blah. Oh, can you play some highlights yet? No worries. It's like it's like you're in the studio with them, basically.
Yeah.
And we've got...
So you've been talking to Flemo and that?
Yeah. And Adam Collins, our main... So they're both Hawthorn supporters. Yeah. I gave them a little bit of...
Last night.
I just said... I wasn't a smart ass, I went down the line, I put the thing...
Did you see the score?
I just said, go Blues.
Before
Before we started the day.
I love it. No, he's a good man. He's a good bowler.
Good cricketer.
Warnie dropped his hat-trick ball, remember?
He had 2 hat-trick chances.
Warnie dropped his hat-trick.
One of the very few cricketers that
Loved the reverse swing. Loved the reverse in-swinging Yorker.
Was he the one with South Africa? The one who...
Yes, he bowled the over.
He bowled
the over.
Oh, in the ODI?
Yeah,
in the ODI, yeah.
He bowled the over.
But he was the one who also...
He took the ball from the run out, So he bowled the ball, then took the ball and ran him out.
That's right.
Yeah. He was a beautiful swing bowler.
I love it.
He actually told some... He's been telling jokes towards the back end of each session. He said, why did the coach... No, why did no one listen to the cricket coach? Because he had a silly point.
That is the worst dad joke.
That's a pretty bad dad joke, but it's a good dad joke. That's a really...
I like it. It's that bad, I like it.
Yeah, it's so good.
That's
so good.
Flemo.
What were we getting to? I was going to get onto something. Oh, yeah, the avenue of apprehension.
Yes.
Is where we're at. It's you're kind of like, yeah, we won, but then you're like...
yeah, that's right.
Am
I going to have... The leap of faith is to say...
I trust
we're
you.
going on a run. We trust you.
you.
You can make the 8.
The real word is trust.
Yeah.
And
I don't trust them yet.
We don't trust them yet.
Not
Will
yet.
I trust them after Fremantle? I'll trust them a shitload more. And we were
You
talking
trust them
about
more, and then you come up to Port, and then if you
the trust
beat
will be
them,
gone.
I'm telling you beat them. Not that the lid will be off.
Just get onto
That's what I mean.
No, I understand, but what I'm
I
saying is, as far as like you trust, that's what's going to happen.
100%.
You're going to have to beat Fremantle, who's a decent side.
Yeah.
Of course.
Next, if you
Naturally.
beat a good side,
Then
I'm
you go
telling
into a great team.
mate,
They're a great team at the moment. A great team.
I'm telling you,
That-
we're like that battered woman, mate. I'm telling you, or that, like that. It's about and then eventually you get that. But it's true, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, to trust.
We've got miles on us. We do have a lot of miles. We're like an old Hilux that's just done a shitload of miles, been through the Sahara, rough, tough, and gutsy.
We remember when it was brand
That's what you're
new.
going to be.
And we keep remembering how good we used to look, but really we're not that good.
That's why you can't keep looking back.
No,
you can't.
we just keep moving forward.
That's good, man. Look, enjoy it.
You got to be 4 words, Rocco. You got to be tough.
Yeah.
You got to be hard. You got to be rugged. But most of all, you got to be gutsy.
100%. You got to be gutsy.
That's a quote of the great Gino Sebastiani, my father.
Butch Gale.
Yeah, from Butch Gale. They got hearts as big as themselves, these fellas.
I love it.
God, I love when your dad says that.
All right, let's do some votes.
Votes, yep. I've got yours written down in case
Oh
you
yeah,
don't.
so I went Chera 5.
Yes.
Yeah, but by far the best player on the ground for me. I had
Again.
Harry 4. You take away Harry's goal kicking, he's had a great year. I had Cripps.
Yep.
Cripps for 3.
Yep.
He's in
No,
back
nice.
Brownlow form.
I'm happy you gave Cripps for it.
Wiedering 2.
Yep.
And my little boy David Cunningham for 1. Sorry. And that 1 could have been spread anywhere, but
Exactly.
yeah, which I like.
Which is very important when you can spread it between 7 and 8 and 9 players.
So you're going to say something else then?
Oh boy.
So, Paul, your votes.
My votes. 5 to Adam Chera.
Yes.
4 to Harry Mackay.
Harry McCall.
3 to Jack Martin, who I thought was
Martino.
very influential. 2 to the little Cornelio,
Fogarty.
Lockie Fogarty.
Fogarty.
And 1 little bit of love to Jack Silvani.
Yeah. He deserves it, man. He did really, really well there.
I want to give a -1. I know we've never handed these
Oh
out.
God, here we go.
I want to give a -1 to Nick Newman.
He's going to do it.
I was
because
ropeable.
that third quarter.
Oh, just
You just got to let go sometimes.
no. That kind of stuff you can't let go. Missed tackle, 50-metre penalty, turnover, mate. You're better than that.
And he is better than that.
And he came back from that. Like there was
Can't hand out -1s on the votes, but if I did, I would.
Yeah. But he's been really
you
good for us.
have a bubble.
Chera 5, of course, Mackay. We were both the same there. I gave 3 to Wiedering. I thought his first half
very good.
was huge.
And he ain't playing on a dud either. That Mitch Lewis is a good footy player.
yeah. And then
He's a
I
good
gave
footballer.
2 to Walsh. Everyone's forgotten about
Yeah,
Walsh.
forgotten man.
But Walsh did what he
Hit
had to
some
do.
nice lace-out passes too, yeah. Yeah, I must
I
admit
think
he did.
he's definitely benefiting.
Benefiting?
Yes. From Chera.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's
They
it.
all are at the moment.
And I gave 1 to Martin. I thought that's the best game
Got
I've
him.
seen him play since Richmond.
Oh,
Got him-
wow.
Yeah, his first
It
game.
is, mate.
That
Like,
game there.
Got him in for 3 votes.
you know why I gave him the 1? Because he was still there at the end.
Yeah, and he was
doing
still on the
something.
ground.
My fear is that
he was
those type
still
of
on the ground.
players.
He was still on the
My
ground.
fear is that he, along with the
Cunningham,
team,
yeah.
along with the team, can't sustain what they're doing
I know.
against better opposition.
And
But we
that's,
don't know.
and that's the fear we've got because we've been burnt so many times.
Correct.
But yeah, you're right about that 1. There could have been 8 players.
yeah.
Doherty,
Doherty.
Kemp.
Okay.
Silvani I didn't have
Yep,
in, but
yep.
you could have given it to
Cunners.
anyone. Fogarty, Cunningham. It's so many
Kerner.
players. Kernow,
Kerner.
Charlie. So
Well, just quickly.
Akers got player of the match.
Yeah, Akers.
He got player of the match on our club.
No. And Akers was good apart from those first couple of
Take
kicks.
the good with the bad with Blake Akers.
Yeah.
Is he a butcher? Yeah, Sadakos
Little
probably
bit.
needs him. Okay,
He's got
okay, he does butcher the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what? He gets.
Yeah, well,
he actually said
he
this-
ran hard, he ran
So what did you say about him getting into space? He does find
No, he does
space.
find the space.
Width, he finds space.
Always.
He's a pure wingman.
His year has been okay.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
good.
I'll rate him at the end
Someone
of next
else said
year.
that. I can't remember who said it on the couch or whatever, but we would be worse without him.
Bloody
We're
oath
better
we would.
with him.
Bloody oath we would be.
Even though it hasn't
Who
been...
did say that?
Someone said it.
But we would be. It's a true statement.
I reckon maybe it was even
Rash?
last week.
Your
Or
Rash
maybe
said?
Rash or someone said it, but I think we're better with him even though he's not the
We
best.
haven't had a wingman for years.
But without him we'd be worse. Like who would be there?
Lockie O'Brien.
Might have
That's
been
who
Dan
would
or Joey that said
Yeah, I
Anyway.
reckon
It would be
Dan
Lockie
or Joey.
O'Brien. That's your answer.
Yeah. All right, let's have a look at the
leaderboard.
leaderboard.
Thank you.
And here we go.
Chera's darted clear. It's between Chera and Walsh.
115, mate. He just keeps
Keeps on keeping on.
yeah, Walsh there, and then you got Curnow 59.
A well-deserved 115 votes.
Is he going to be in all Australian talks?
That is an interesting conversation.
if I'm gonna
I reckon
say
he's going to
anyone-
be in the talk.
If we win enough games,
Is
to
he in the
but-
squad?
Yeah, and that's the whole.
Is he
know
in the
what?
squad right now?
Do you know what though?
Not at the moment.
I'm just asking the
Yeah, I
question
know,
about
I
him
know.
personally. I know it doesn't matter, but
Doesn't
like,
matter.
Is
Yeah,
he, would he be
yeah.
in the squad right now?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think it's. But you're right. If we win another whole bunch of games, he'll
stuck
definitely
with-
be in the conversation.
Yeah, bloody hell.
But he's had a.
Ripper, yeah.
Ripper,
Yeah.
yeah.
And people outside of Carlton aren't really noticing him.
It's because we're not in we're
We're
in
not,
the headlights
yeah,
for the wrong reasons.
But you know
Just
another
deserved.
thing, everyone's been saying about his tackling, but I'm pretty sure that last year,
That was one of his strong suits, was tackling.
Yes.
Always
Last
was.
year, and we didn't realise. Remember, it was
tough.
part of one of the quizzes and that, and he was leading.
he was one of the leading
and
tackles.
we were surprised.
Yeah.
So it's always
Everyone
been
just
there.
thinks he's one of those polished outside footballers.
I thought too. I thought he was a little bit of Bella Bella.
Yeah,
He's turned into a tough bastard.
Yes.
And if
And that
you
haircut.
actually... Yeah, the shaved skull. If you actually go back and they are words, but he's actually put it into action, and that's why I've been very impressed with him this year. During the preseason, he did an interview with a journalist from The Age and said, the journo said, he's become really tough, tough, contested, hard footballer. And apparently there was a moment at training where he got put on the B team with the Bips, and I think he crunched like 2 or 3 of teammates, and that was like apparently the flip where everyone was like, oh, hang on,
He's tough.
Yeah,
Good
wow.
on him. Good on him.
He's tough, man. I'm telling you, he's definitely
Well,
become
all you
our
can
best
do is do the
midfielder.
basics, right?
Yeah.
He tackles, runs hard, he's clean,
my biggest
finishes his
thing,
goals.
I agree. I always say, if you can't do 1 + 1, how can you do algebra?
Well, that's it, exactly.
Just stick to doing 1 + 1.
And that's
because
been
you've
our
got no
problem.
chance of
We
doing
can't even
maths.
do the basics.
Exactly.
And we want to do the special
You
stuff.
can't
You're screwed.
I use that as a quote. If you do 1 + 1, how can you do algebra?
There isn't
It's
a
like people
truer
who are-
statement he ever said.
People who want to ride a bike. How the fuck can you ride a bike if you can't walk?
Yeah, that's true.
Just learn how to do one thing first.
Yeah.
Then we'll get to the next thing.
Yeah.
Perfect
Well,
one
true.
master. Be master of one instead of jack of nothing. What is that? Master of...
What is it? Be a the saying is
A jack of all
Jack
trades.
of all trades,
and
master of none.
fuck all. Well, master one thing, and then get the rest.
In actual
sorted.
fact, that quote, the way it's said,
it's
is
about
wrong.
an all rounder. Yeah,
What's it is?
It's actually, they say, a jack of all trades. It's better to be a
Master
jack
of
of all
all.
trades or a master of none, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's actually longer
The wrong
than that.
way. It should be master
So-
of... Just be master of one.
Yeah. And actually, Jordan Peterson, as
goat.
The
quote, our goat,
Yeah.
he said something about that when
That'll
he
get
when he
chat right.
berated that young girl who come up and said something that was one of these talk shows, and she said something about about the climate change.
Oh
and
yeah,
that.
she's
And-
she's the local socialist member in Northcote.
Well, she got absolutely her ass reamed that day, right? Because it's true. What he said to her, how about you just take care of your own bedroom before you start trying to fix up the world? You
Yes.
know what I mean? Like, oh yeah. And he goes, it's true. If you can't even look after, like, yourself, right? That's the first step. Look after yourself. Then maybe you can look after
Another
few people.
person.
Yeah.
And then a family.
And then maybe the community, you know?
Then the world, you know.
And it's same with football. If we can't even hit a target, we want to win a grand final.
They say that about prime ministers, and that's why, you know, be the master of yourself first, be the master of your family, master of your community, master of your state, master of your country.
100%, man.
You got to grow.
100%. All right, so that was good. All right, next
Good
week, Fremantle
Next
v
week.
Carlton, round 17, Sunday, 9th of July, 4:40 p.m. graveyard shift.
Graveyard
over there.
shift, but over there it's prime time for Perth.
Yeah, of course, at Optus Stadium, which is a great place to go to.
Best stadium
It is
outside.
a
You
great
love that
stadium.
stadium. You like it,
Man, and that, what was
I
that?
love
What
Perth.
was it?
I love
What was that bar? What's it called? Whatever it's called, someone will put it up there. It's the bar right next to the stadium, man. I'm telling you, you leave the stadium, you walk there.
Yeah.
Straight across.
And
I
it's
actually can't.
massive. It's an outside-inside bar.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's
hot.
so good.
Yeah.
It's magnificent.
You know what-
Well, I wish we had something
I'll
like
tell
that
you the
here.
best. So, did you go there for a win?
Yes.
So
The West Coast game.
West
You were there
Coast.
Yeah,
last
you were there for the
year.
West Coast game. So I go over to Perth every year to see my best mate Jason over there.
Shout out to Jason.
On you, Jace. Love ya. And I'm actually not going over there this year to watch us play. Spewing. And the best game ever was when Murphy kicked that goal.
he was there.
I was there that game when Murphy kicked that snap. And then that bar after
No.
was rocking.
No,
Do you know how
that
many
would've
Carlton supporters we have in
Yeah,
Perth?
no, there's heaps.
A lot.
I think
And
it's the most.
Yeah,
So
would be.
we all know that the Italians migrated into Perth. We all know
Yeah.
that. But there's so many Wogs and there's so many Carlton supporters.
Fremantle, yeah.
There's so many of them,
Yeah.
but it's so good. Love that ground.
Oh, mate, after
Yeah.
that game would have been huge.
Oh, it was amazing. It was raining. We didn't care.
Yeah, no, you don't
Murphys,
care. You work there.
we were in the
It's
change
hot.
rooms after the game, losing it.
Yeah, no, that was a good game. I remember
Those
that.
experiences
It's one of
are-
those moments. I remember exactly where I was when we.
Yeah,
did-
I remember FaceTiming him
I was at home
the
with
ground. He was at
Adrian.
home with
We were
Adrian.
losing
and
our
I'm
minds.
FaceTiming him. I'll never forget how much I was getting drilled that game. We were down by 6 goals in the first quarter, and after every goal when Freo has a home game.
You
they
know
go,
what that game was?
Thunder.
You know what that game was?
No, I hate that song.
That was
now.
the game that Charlie did
his knee.
Yes.
So we don't want to talk about that.
Yes.
But I remember they.
But we didn't think. I don't think we thought much of it at the time.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
oh,
It was very
it'll be off for a
innocuous.
couple of weeks.
It was very innocuous.
Yeah, he got hit.
And then we just slowly pegged it back, and then Murph had that special goal.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, that's it.
Daisy's losing it at the
win at the death.
For the Blues, well, he kicked an important goal.
Yeah,
in that
Daisy
game
put
too.
us actually in front.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
then Switkowski kicked that
Who
goal.
tapped it to? Who tapped it to?
Levi.
Fisher.
Levi.
Was it?
Levi.
Oh,
tapped
Levi
it.
to Fisher, Fisher to Murph.
Yeah, Fisher.
two
It was
taps.
Levi with the handball, Fisher the tap,
Oh,
Murph the
Fisher
goal.
tap. I thought it
Fisher
was
tapped
all right.
it. Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
Levi was all in.
Levi
on
was
it.
part of it.
Levi was part of it. The Leviathan.
Probably his best goal. Murphy kicked some good goals.
Yeah, and then what about Nunes after the siren?
Oh,
Yeah, we've had
Fremantle.
that was a COVID. Oh my, broke.
Yeah.
I went
Carlton
live
draft
that.
bottle.
I went live that night. We've had some good games. We've had some good games against Freo. So let's put the positive
No,
vibes into
we
Sunday.
actually play well there.
We do.
Even I remember even in the 90s and 2000s when
Subiaco.
we played some ripper games there,
terrible,
man. And West
terrible
Coast has
ground.
always been that
I
stuff.
used to hate that ground.
Ready? All right, predictions.
You're the guest. You can go first.
Carlton by 13 points. Yeah,
I predicted. I'm confident again. Carlton by. I think it's about the 8-point mark. I think it's going to be a nail biter.
come on, Nostradamus.
Carlton by 2 points.
Go Blues! Imagine that.
Minutes ago.
I love it, man. Imagine that.
No, I can't do another
I'll take
2
all
points.
3 of them.
I'll take all 3 of them.
Fuck. I'd rather take the 13.
I'll take the 13.
Straight
Be more
away, man.
relaxed.
Far out. But
That's
the
what I
2
win.
points.
That's what I win. That's all I want to do. 1 plus 1.
One
That
plus
should be
one.
the motto that the football club go with.
I want to see 1
Put it on
plus
the
1.
banner.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, 1
Yeah.
plus 1. If you can't do 1 plus 1,
How the hell are you
how
gonna chance
do
at algebra?
Hey, listen. I just want to see what we saw for the last 2 weeks. And remember, we were saying this with Dan and Dad about the golf kind of. Sometimes you. With golf, you know, like I played it, then I took lessons, they changed my grip, and then every time I wasn't playing too well, I would go back
Revert
to my
back
old.
to you. Yep.
Yeah.
Don't revert back.
Yeah, 100%.
Stick
to
to
the
it.
system
Stick to
that-
it. Even if it doesn't work, just
Okay.
keep doing it. Keep
The only
doing it.
little bit of confidence I have is that these boys need results and nourishment
Yeah.
to have their confidence, or to have the confidence to play that expansive style. Now that they've got it, I'm expecting it this weekend.
Yeah, 100%.
but I'm
Just don't go back into your shop, please.
You don't
I'm
make
just
it-
still a little bit apprehensive, just
And-
a little bit.
And do you think they are?
Bloody oath.
They have to be, Paul. Every time
You can't be. Yeah.
they feel what we feel, I guarantee they feel exactly the same. I think if they start well,
Yeah.
that confidence is going
This
to
is
keep
what I
building.
and I
Starting
think
well has been-
Fremantle finished poorly against
Western Bulldogs.
Western
God,
Bulldogs.
they
We
finished
finished
so
well
badly.
against Hawthorn, so I hope that
But yeah.
marries up, because if we start well, then that'll become infectious, and that's what this team.
I
And
said
you know
that-
you need to start well and to stay.
Huge. Have to start well. But I've been saying that about at the back end of this year. I went on a podcast last week and said it. Even if we don't make finals, they have to find purpose in the back end of the year. Because if we finish the way that we started this year, it just goes into next year. Why do you reckon Why do you reckon all those L's came along in a while? We finished the year dead shit last year. Like
Yeah.
we were a shot cow. Okay, you start the way
We
you
fin-
finish,
yeah,
and
it
you
was
finish the way you
terrible.
start.
Yeah.
So.
Momentum.
Momentum.
None of this should. Any of the rest of you should not be a waste.
Find a purpose.
There has to be.
If it's not fine, if mathematically we aren't playing finals, they better hope they're finding a purpose, and their purpose is to go into next year with some type of form.
This is why I'm happy. I said this, that there's still a chance for us to make finals, right? And it does make a different
Gives us hope.
feeling
Yes.
every week.
What does hope give you?
Well, I'm telling you, and if you speak to like Ange, remember we spoke to him earlier on in the year, and he goes, "Oh, if we win." Footballers look at it differently than
Yeah.
us. They look at it easily. They go, "Mate, we beat Fremantle. We're only like maybe 1 game out of the 8."
Yeah.
That's what they're thinking, right? As long as they put it together, you never know. So they're thinking there's hope for
Control the controls.
and they should be.
Yeah.
They should be thinking we should be making finals.
Bloody
They
oath.
should be thinking
Bloody
that.
earth. For as badly as we were for that 8-week patch, they should be.
They should
Simple.
be thinking of finals. All right.
We will find out very, very, very soon.
All right. Good.
Very
good.
soon.
All right. Let's
Good
go
hustle.
into this one.
Good hustle.
I think it's this one.
Yep. We've got a young Matt Kennedy there.
He's young, isn't he?
Kempy in the background there
He's
as well.
a very young.
So the rare of the reserves is very happy there this week because, well, I'm kind of happy and I'm a little bit sad because we smashed the Northern Bullants, who of course
You've
have
got a very, very tender spot for that.
they've got a
club.
they've got a place in my heart.
Yeah. I think everyone from the northern suburbs has a
I think so because they've been so close.
they have been our baby for years.
And I love local football and love local clubs, and working with them for sort of 2-3 years and meeting amazing people and working with amazing people, and
But we smashed their ass.
yeah, we did 125-40. He's got the dip.
Oh, you know what they call that in America? The French dip.
Did they really?
Yeah. You get a beef roll and you put it in the jus. Oof. Oh, baby.
Minga.
You took a bite, you put the chip back in, and then you took another bite.
And
That's
you
pretty
double dip the chip.
It's like putting your whole mouth in the dip.
That's true.
Seinfeld reference.
Yeah, if you
Anyone
don't know
doesn't
what that's
that.
about, then really, what are you doing?
Anyway,
What are you doing?
I don't know how much to take out of this game because the Bullants are, with all due respect, I mean, they are struggling because they are a VFL standalone team and have only been in existence like this for the last sort of 2 seasons, really, when you think about it, 2-3 seasons. So, Robert, I think. So, yeah, good win, 85-point win, which is great. Motlop and Dow and Binns the clear standouts again. Cowan was fantastic
Dow,
as well.
how much did he have?
3 goals and 29 touches, but he copped a really bad head knock towards the end of the game, and we're filming this Monday night, so yet to get an update on how he is, but he'll probably have to go through concussion protocols and miss, I would say, this week, if not the week after as well. So that's a bit of a bummer for him, but we're in 9th place at the moment, so again, very similar to last season, on the precipice of the 8. We need a few results to go away, but Matt, and I've said it all, me, I love watching our VFL team.
They have a purpose.
You've got young guys, VFL listed boys who are playing.
Did March play?
Yeah, he did, but
How'd he
he
go?
he only had the 6 touches, but it wasn't a game for him because we dominated, if that makes sense. So
who standouts?
for me, Binns, Dow and Motlop. Motlop had 4 goals and 23.
Really?
But again, you don't know, how do you analyse this form coming into an AFL team, right?
You can't.
So they're probably the 3, and we all know Binns has been knocking the door down.
Yep.
God,
Dow has always been knocking the door down, and Motlop performed. This was his best VFL game to date this season. So
Paddy Dow's probably the meaning of the
Yeah.
You don't have to be stiff to be dead.
yeah, you don't have to be dead to
You know,
be
with
stiff.
You have to be stiff, sorry.
What did he?
Who?
Motlop.
Yes.
What did he do anything that you can say? Oh,
That's AFL standard.
or something.
Well, he found
different,
himself
you
in
know
a
what I
lot
mean?
more space. He found a lot more of the ball, but again, that is also a factor. The reason that's happened too is because the opposition has dropped off.
But 23 touches is what? Was he playing small forward?
Yeah,
or-
and rolling through stoppage as
Okay,
well, and
yeah.
kicking 4 goals too. So, got his hands on the ball and he looked really, really good.
Good on
Again,
him.
looked really good. But that's what this is the block that they're saying. It's not like they're saying, "Oh, you've got to spend 4 weeks. You got to." It's you're in the reserves now. You've got to play football, play to the best of your ability. You've got to tick this, and this off. You've got to tick off these pressure acts. Tackles inside forward 50, corral, leading lanes, put in little blocks, finish your work, get your hands on the ball, tackle. So until he ticks the boxes there and someone in the AFL team drops off, or he'll be down there for... But this is the thing, you need the quality at that level to filter up to the top and vice versa as well.
100%.
So Cowan's developing nicely. I think that's what everyone says. Oh, he's developing nicely, but what does that mean?
I know.
He's got a block in the AFL team, which we've seen.
Which is good.
Doesn't look lost.
100%.
Doesn't look lost at AFL
Did he get
level.
dropped?
Yes.
Yeah.
Got admitted. Yes. He doesn't look lost at AFL level. We know that. very wet behind the ears, but he's put in a VFL block over the last 2 months where you're like, okay, I think we've got something here.
We can work with you.
Yeah, and let's not forget, he's a late pick as well.
Yeah, the top 10 pick.
You know, so it is what it is.
I like that he had that block at the start. Now he's gone back and he's learning the trade. And that's let's be honest. Like going back to VFL is where you learn a lot of your 100%. Trade.
Yeah. So those are, I mean, we don't have to go over anyone else, but Motlop, Binns, Dow, Cowan are the only ones you would consider for
they're the ones we're
selection,
looking at, always.
Yeah.
I'll ask the question.
Yep.
Just with the ruck situation.
Yep.
Murkov, what's to go with him? I'm not saying because I don't watch VFL much.
I think he's contracted.
Yeah.
I'm certain he's contracted, but again, you just don't know with these. I worry about his competitiveness around the ball because he is tall, but he's not like getting your face off belt your type ruck. He's not that type of ruck, right? But the thing with him is you just don't know with rucks like that how they will develop from this season, having another pre-season into next season. You don't know.
Yeah.
No one really knows.
He's definitely like a long-term...
Yeah, and you've got to put things in place that will say, okay, well, this, and this, we know is usually going to contribute to this, and this. Whether or not that happens... We don't know.
He was never an AFL prospect, but was he?
To a certain extent,
volleyball?
He played volleyball for like 6 months or so. Like that's
I know they make
it out.
Another story,
I thought the bloke was a freaking volleyball, whatever they call it.
When I first heard it,
I didn't even know volleyball men play volleyball. I didn't even know that.
It's like what's the other one? Scott Pendlebury's got a basketball background. Is that the one?
Yeah, he probably played 3 games in a local backyard. Like really.
So. No, good performance. They're playing all right. They should have beaten Werribee the week before.
Yeah.
So they left
Who
that
they got this week?
I think we've got the bye.
We just had the bye.
Yeah, but the VFL fixture is so stupid. It's just it's all over the joint. No, sorry, we don't have the bye. We play Coburg at Coburg, 8th of July, which is a nice... I'll just walk up from home.
Yeah, nice.
So I'll go down there Saturday afternoon.
Bell Street special.
It is a Bell Street special. Kira will probably be there as well because she works at the Coburg. Coburg, put the Connie on Saturday afternoon. Yeah,
with all the wogs down at the tab in the Coburg.
Yeah, that's it.
Guardo o favorito, guardo o favorito como family
o favorito. So, yeah, get down if you can.
Yeah,
those local games are great.
When is it?
I think it's 1 p.m. Saturday afternoon, 8th of
no
July.
excuse, we have got nowhere to go this weekend, so may as well go to it.
1:05 p.m. Saturday afternoon.
I'm a chance of going. I'm a chance. And I don't go to VFL games.
I'll see you there.
See you there, mate.
All right, perfect. All right.
I'll see you there.
Yep, you're going to see me.
And you can have a kick on the ground as well.
Yes, and you can go in.
You have to watch out for the 10-year-old girls.
Listen to the coaching.
Yep.
I'm telling you,
I like that stuff. That. That's good stuff. I like
it's
that.
It's really interesting. You know,
I don't
know if you'll be allowed on the ground though.
That's very true, man.
I'm not allowed with the footy. I'll tell you that.
Are we getting into that soon, or is that?
I don't know if we should.
I reckon just let lying dogs.
I reckon
let dogs rest. Let lying dogs
rest. But sometimes people should put their priorities right. What do you reckon?
I think some people should try to not find problems where there aren't.
Exactly. But listen,
I'm a fish out of water with this conversation. I don't know what you're
talking about. I'll just put it this way.
Yeah.
I'm not naming names, and I don't want to throw people under the bus, even though I'm very tempted to.
Yeah.
But Rocco, our dearest friend over here, has been blacklisted.
From where? What have you been blacklisted?
We don't have to go.
We won't go into it.
We won't go into it, but he's been blacklisted. Watch the comments now. What did Rocco do? He actually did nothing. So don't.
I've done nothing, man. I've done nothing. But I'm telling you, it's up to you to blacklist me. That's fine.
I will be having a few stern words with some people, though.
Oh, that's all right.
On behalf of you and on behalf of everybody.
I don't even have an opinion yet. I don't even have an opinion.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Trust me. Just so he knows, we're not hiding anything from.
Well, we're hiding this because I'm not going to say who it is. Yeah, good on you, mate. Yeah, thanks.
Shake his hand.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome.
It's actually, I see it as a badge of honour.
Yeah, that's disgusting. No comment.
It is what it is. It is what
like I said, I will be having some stern words with some people.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I'm big enough and ugly enough to look after myself. Like, it doesn't really bother me. Like, seriously, these things don't faze me anymore. I'm at the stage of my life, trust me.
It's the Andy Tate from Manchester United. Don't care.
I don't care. I don't care. These people will come and go. They will come and go. So that's it. Anyway, everyone's now like going into a frenzy, not knowing.
Don't stress.
It's all good.
He's alive.
Trust me. I'll be there, mate. We'll be drinking beers when we win that premiership, mate. Don't you worry about that.
On AFL 23, PlayStation 5.
All right, let's do this one.
Next.
This one here, I reckon.
What is this? Oh, yes. That's a 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Rocco's Rants! Did you see his head turn?
Jesus! The white line fever.
Nah, listen, this is going to be a bit of a... You think... I really should be ranting about that, but we're going to let things like... We're going to let... what is a sleeping dog's lie?
Yes. Is that the same? Yes.
I think so,
it is
yes.
actually.
Yeah, just let them go, mate. Like, don't wake them up. Don't poke the bear.
2 words.
Don't poke the bear.
Yeah.
Leaving them.
Leaving them. Leaving.
But I'm gonna attack some people here.
Oh God, we're leaving them.
No. It's a group of people. So you're at the footy, right?
Yes.
Sitting at the footy.
Yes.
Good times.
Why do people get up in the middle of the game, mate? When it's the most important part of the game, mate.
I agree with that.
They got no respect. Like whenever I got to get up, it's either at the breaks. Or if you got to get up, you wait for a break in play. Don't you?
Correct. Throw in.
A goal, and then you can do your move. You do your move, and you go. You go. Don't wait. Go. Do. Even the people that come late to the game. Have you ever seen these people? They come late. They come like the last minute.
We were late.
Yeah.
But
we're well respected.
So they go there and then they walk up those few stairs and then they stand there and they look up.
Sorry, mate.
What are you looking at, mate? There's no seats left. Come earlier. Now, the people that walk past me, there was one bloke who walked twice during the corner to go and get beer, right? In the middle of play, like you're watching and you're like around this bloke. Mate, just wait for the break. And the other one is the one to go and get the food before the quarter, right? First of all, most of you shouldn't be eating chips. That's the first thing, right? You should not be eating chips, mate. Right? You should be eating snitch chips. Should be doing star jumps.
Another plug.
Snitches, that's what you should be doing, right? They had like Kentucky there. They should have had the snits.
They did.
They should have had the stick. So anyway, like seriously, mate, no respect, man. Like, wait for a break of play.
Like tennis.
If they move, they just walk. Yeah, excuse me. What? Excuse me.
Yeah. And then you got to move. You got to move like this.
Yeah, it's all like you got to either move that, or you got to stand up. Then you interrupt the bloke behind you.
Yeah. Sorry,
like,
mate.
It's just, man, it OD'd me. Like I was really frustrated. But I actually.
Did you exchange words? Did you?
I said words and they didn't say nothing to me.
So what did you just said?
I just
Could
said
you pick a better time?
I said that. I said you can't be serious, mate. Right at this moment, you've got to go and get something, mate. Can't you wait for a break? And they didn't turn around.
Unless you got like urinary mycetitis poisoning or something like that. Okay, well, you have to go to the toilet.
What's the other one? IBS, irritable bowel syndrome.
Well, if that's the case, that's the case. Different story. But I'm telling you, man, don't do it. Don't walk.
I love when they come back with the 4-pack.
As soon as the game starts, there should be no walking.
What about when they come back with a 4-pack of beer and it spills on you when they're trying to get through? The aisle's like a plain aisle.
It's already bad enough.
I tend to agree with your rant.
I'm telling you, there should be some. It's the footy. What is it?
Footy etiquette.
It's footy smarts.
It's like in a plane when you sit in a seat. There's an etiquette about that.
Yeah, you don't get up when the plane's going up.
Well, you don't. But also about the armrest and that. There is an etiquette.
Yep, it's to the left.
Yeah. Well, if you're on the window, I believe you got the window. So
that's it. That's
yours.
Not the one on the right.
If you're in the middle, you get both of them.
I agree.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Because, and if you get the end one, you got
then
the
you
aisle.
get the side one. Yes, correct. I agree.
The middle has to get both.
Yes,
100%.
Because you haven't got the leg room and all that.
100%.
So that's the compromise.
Yes.
And because you're on the aisle, you get the right
and you get
the leg room.
Yeah.
Your right leg doesn't get deep vein thrombosis. So you're
especially for us big
and
boys.
if you got the window, you get the window and also a little bit of a leg in.
And if the wing falls off, you can see it.
So you'll be the first one.
Correct.
I used to argue with If I couldn't understand why you've got to open up the things every time it's going to land.
So they can see there's something wrong. Yeah,
And
it's for
he knows.
safety. It's for safety. Yeah.
Like, give them a wave.
Yeah,
I said
it's
to
for
him, why do
safety.
you got to do it like
It's a myth.
Like,
You know that? You
it's
know
not-
it's
it's actually not
no,
that.
not that. You know it's a myth.
Because if you're going to
No, the window seat. When me and the missus are on a flight, she always wants the window. You take it, no problems. I want the aisle seat because I want my legs to be extended to full reach, and I want the first person.
Now,
to get
You're not a
beverage.
great flyer though.
I can't stand flying.
But tell
I've
me
got-
something about the aisle seat. Like, is it as great as you think?
Yes,
Because
you get booze first. So when they come to me
That's
and they
actually
say,
fair
"Hey, would you like a drink, sir?" Yes, I would.
But,
Well, you want to go to the toilet?
but
I'll
the
stand
other,
up.
but the other two people, every time they've got to go to the toilet, they've
gotta
got
get
to
up.
interrupt you.
But I also can go to the toilet whenever I want.
So
That's a fair point.
so
I can
you don't
stand
know
up.
which one.
Yeah.
No, I'm an
exactly.
aisle.
So even sitting at the footy, it's a better sitting in the middle or on the aisle.
I love my aisle seat.
But it-
At Etihad, sorry,
But if you sit in the aisle,
Marvel,
every time someone's got to walk past, they've got to move. But if you sit in the middle, it's rarely.
to
you're
be
gonna get-
fair, our seats, because we've been in them for the last 20 years, our people know the etiquette that we've
No,
now
I don't.
sustained around our area.
Yeah.
Do not walk on my side. You go that side.
and you don't go walking in the middle of the game.
There's no, and we have a pretty good bunch around us. They don't do it.
The only time I got up in the middle of the game was when we were getting flogged by Fremantle at Marvel that time on the Bolts. We were down like
77 to 1.
77 to like 7. We hadn't kicked a goal for the half.
Cruiser kicked
and
the only goal for the
I had
half.
to get up out of my seat and I just paced because I would have lost it.
Yeah, no, that's
That was the only time. But yeah, that's
No,
it.
well,
for me.
that's
Good rant. I like that.
Yeah, that was good.
Telling them, be
well done.
respectful. Just be respectful. But
Footy
you know-
etiquette.
That's a big thing. I think you should do like a segment one day on football etiquette.
Well, it's just rude, mate. It's just rude. Like, you don't do it at a theatre. You don't do it anywhere
True,
else.
true.
But here, you decide that you've got to go and get fucking fries
Yeah.
in the middle of the game.
You don't
mate.
go get popcorn halfway through
I
a
will
movie
say, isn't it the worst thing is when you go into the movies
and you have to go.
not just
Oh.
that too, but when you get like someone who's got the packets, open it before the movie
Yeah,
starts,
the ruffling.
and you think, shh, you barco. Just
Yeah.
mate, open the bloody thing.
Or they're
before
doing
the
an
movie
ASMR
starts.
bloody sound check and they're eating popcorn as if they're host
What
cows.
about when the
God.
bloke next to you is looking at their phone?
We really sound like narcissists at the moment.
That shits me because the brightness is over
brightness.
me.
Put your brightness down. Put your brightness down. Have you ever got a really, really loud laugher next to you at the
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah.
A bad one?
Yeah.
Well,
It's not good.
You know what's funny, right? We went to one Angel's, right, at Angel's restaurant,
yeah.
and there was this laugher. She was annoying.
Oh, that was when we did one of the interviews. Was it?
Nah, I could, maybe it was the same
Might have been.
person, but she was there another time, and she had that real like. It's not even funny, mate. Like, and it was every
She's laughing at
single
her own
time.
jokes.
So you going, and then me and Miss are going, oh my God, you know, anyway, don't worry about it. Anyway, a few weeks later, we go back, right? And I see a driver there that's now retired, right? Guess who his wife was? The laugher, I couldn't believe it, mate.
That's like the Seinfeld episode.
Yeah, it was
That
a bit
is-
of like...
That's a bit of a
Keep
Seinfeld
that one down.
episode.
Keep one that.
We
Keep
don't
that
know
one
that
on the
one.
DL.
Actually, I hope they don't watch the show because...
Yeah, we know that you're a bad laugher.
I do really like you.
Keep that one on the DL.
Anyway, you know...
Yes.
You know who's bloody not a big laugher?
Who's not a big laugher?
Sticks!
The spice of life.
Oh,
the spice
Spice of Life. I think Charlie's the Spice
Yeah,
of Life.
very good.
Yeah, I like
Nah,
Spice.
Charlie's the Garden of Eden.
Oh, no, he's a
Because it's paradise.
Oh, okay.
Spice of life. I reckon we can give it to.
Harry.
Yeah, can we give our
Harry
spice
gives
of
us a bit of
life to
spice. He actually does. There's never a boring moment with Harry Mackay. So I'd say that's a bit spicy.
Chera?
Nah. You know what? It was Motlop, but he's lost
Yeah,
that
no,
tag now.
Maybe Cunningham can now be the Spice
Maybe
of Life.
Jack Martin can
I
get it.
was going to say Martin.
Maybe
What are
Jack
the-
Martin
what are
can
the
get
next
it
You know what?
boys?
We'll give it to Martin,
This week.
but it's pending
Yes.
on
Yes.
what's going to happen in
returns.
the
Yes,
next few
yes.
On
weeks.
returns.
It could change. You could just lose that.
On the ROI.
Open for discussion, that one.
Over
Status quo, that's the Sam Walsh.
That has to be one.
standard. You don't even
Status
notice
quo.
him.
Nah, he just does the business. Does the business.
And that's a beautiful rap. That's good.
Love a good
Oh,
rap.
I love a good
Love a
rap.
good rap.
Are you a rap or a burger person?
I'm a rap man.
I do like a rap because
Yeah,
you get
I'm
the
a rap
full
man.
bite. when-
Burger's
I like
too...
it,
Bushly, Jerry.
Too much.
Bushly.
Too much.
Just too much going on with a burger, you know?
And then
You know what I like?
it falls,
Your hands
it
and your-
falls
Is the Spice of
apart.
Life the one with all the jalapenos and
A little bit, yeah.
spicy?
yeah.
That's the one I got on
You
the
know what I
weekend.
don't
Yeah, it's
understand
good.
too? I don't understand how they make burgers that big.
Yeah, my jaw's only this big.
How can you?
How can I get a burger that big?
How can you eat a burger like that?
Because then you go to squash it and then...
Yeah, they call it the squash effect. Yeah, and they push it down like a button.
I've never heard of the squash effect, but...
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
you do. You've heard it.
There you go. So the Garden of Eden, that's the Charlie Kerner.
That's a Charlie.
The
I
parrot.
want a bit of beetroot like, in a wrap.
I like beetroot.
Canned beetroot. That was my nonna's special.
You know what I like?
It's the most bogan thing my nonna
You know
ever had on the
is it the Vietnamese roll places you find in like the city?
table.
yeah.
Banh mi.
Yeah, they just do the normal, but like a panino
Yeah.
with the long roll. You get like a barbecue
salad,
chicken or a salad, and you put the beetroot, a bit of ensalada, a bit of carrot,
Bit of bean shoots.
beautiful. And I always ask, no coriander.
I love coriander. I don't mind.
The
a banh mi.
Vietnamese...
Coriander
Vietnamese,
good.
Yeah,
Vietnamese bakeries is the pork rolls.
There you go.
Pork rolls, yes,
That's
yes,
right,
yes.
the
Pork
the
rolls.
banh mi. You put the pork roll, carrots,
Make
And
me-
they go, you want a bit of
cucumber.
crackle?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, baby. Do I want a
What are you
bit,
asking me that for? You put the crackle in there, mate.
want
Don't
a
ask
chili?
me about it. I want more crackle.
bit of chili,
chili.
bit of pate? They put.
The pate, yeah,
Yeah.
pate.
Yeah, they say you want chili, coriander, and pate.
We have got a good
Yes.
Vietnamese
All of
bakery
them.
here, man. I really do.
I'm not gonna lie, I have one a week.
I love
Fantastic, mate.
it. Oh, yeah. Pork, I love pork.
Oof. Do you want crackle? It's like saying, do you want money?
I want crackle.
So, yeah.
How about you don't put nothing else and just put crackle in
Please.
there, mate? Actually, put 2 bits of crackle and then
And
put
bread.
the meat in there.
We had some lovely,
Crackle.
crackle the other night.
Oof. Oh, that was.
There's a way to make crackle.
No, well, they did it good. This
Well,
place-
you would know about
Northern
crackle.
Git. Yes, yeah, I know a bit about it.
You know what he does for a living, so he does.
Yeah.
My missus, I'm going to have to say,
makes
she's a very good cook. Well, she's a chef
Yeah.
cook, you know,
Yeah.
but
Kitchen extraordinaire.
She's got a bit of background
Yes.
in the trade.
she's
That's
a
a
very
good way
good
to
cook.
define
You know
it.
why I know she's a good cook? Because I eat her food.
That's
No.
usually the
Or you're with her. That's why.
Oh, that's a big important. The love she puts
Yes.
in cooking.
Why do you reckon
I-
my missus is with me?
And
Yeah.
as
I was-
Gennaro would say, and Antonio,
Cooking
with
with
passion.
passion.
But I've always said this. Now, I've been a chef now for 15 years. If you don't cook with this,
Yeah, 100%.
you got nothing.
And
Now, when I cook
that's
for
why
someone,
our parent, our mums,
my
and that-
mum. So yeah, my mum taught me how to cook. My nonna taught me how to cook. But if I cook for you, I'm showing you that I care for you. I'm
Yeah,
showing that I
yes.
love you. If I cook for him, when he comes over, first people know when they come over to my house, they're eating.
Yeah.
You want something to eat? Yeah. And if I cook for you,
Well, food. This
Food
is
is
why.
love.
This is why we
This-
eat here,
it is.
and we do
And
that.
if you
It
don't
brings
play footy
everyone
with
together.
this,
yeah. Footy and food aren't too dissimilar.
No, that's
If you
true.
don't play with love, if you don't
That's
play
right.
with
there's
passion,
also another F that you need to give a lot of
and
love
that as
to.
well, you need to put
It's
a
the
bit
three
of
Fs.
passion.
Food,
Look at it.
footy, and
And-
Yeah, something else.
And yeah.
frolicking.
Thank you very much.
I'm trying to think of a word. Nah, you know what she does when she makes a meal? Like, there's never nothing simple.
It's always something.
So you go,
Something
she goes, oh, no,
technical.
and then all of a sudden, like, it's dressed up. She's gone to the garden because we
Garden
also
of Eden.
grow. Yeah, we grow like edible flowers and all that.
Really?
Yeah, she'll put the
Legal?
flowers on there. Yeah, well,
Not edibles. Edible.
so that's how you know. Anyway, you know who else really
Oh God, no!
loves food?
This bloke is.
Il riso quando si impiatta fa così, ci dà un colpo nel culettino qua così, così lui si espande e noi lo andiamo a assaggiare con un pochettino di nostra come? La forchetta dov'è? Ragazzi, non mi fate buttare
He really couldn't find it.
riso con le fonci, ragazzi,
Con
internazionale.
i funghi, beautiful.
Comprando e Bobby Candy a tutti quanti voi, 1, 2, 3 alle 123, risotto di casa e la mamma attivata. Ci sono fungi freschi. Fungi freschi.
Fresh mushrooms is what he's saying.
Del nazionale.
How good's a nice risotto?
Yeah,
with
if
fondue?
anyone wants to see what Paul's going to look like in 50 years, case in point. But I will say that on a technical front, from a chef point of view, that way that he's doing it, from that, it's called spaccola.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually really, really important when you make a risotto. And then when it's a good risotto, it should spread out. They say risotto should spread out like the volcano of Vesuvius. That's how you know you've made a good risotto. Yeah.
There you go, I didn't know that.
Rescorale, it's that.
I didn't know that.
It's got to be creamy,
Very nice.
not thick.
Yes.
Oh, there's nothing like
not
good
gluggy.
risotto.
You want to make gluggy? I'm going to make pilaf.
Wow, the rice is that's another thing my missus like. The rice for them is very.
That's life.
Or risotto.
Life.
Do you know how much? Do you know how to cook rice?
As in the Asian way.
Yeah.
Cook rice.
How much water do you put?
I put 2 to 1.
No,
And I know I'm wrong.
no.
Depending on
What
how
you
you
got to do? You got to put the rice,
Yep.
right, and then you got to put the water, and it's got to
The
reach.
thumb.
No, it's got to reach that.
yeah. So it's got,
Oh, that's the measurement.
They all
isn't it?
do it.
They all do it.
So you
that's
put your
the
water
measurement.
in, and the water's got to go up to there, and
Yeah.
that's the perfect thing for it.
Yeah.
They all do it.
Have you noticed
It
that
is your thing.
the best cooks,
Yeah.
and none has got no recipe books.
No.
Yeah.
No recipe. It's just
And
it's
does
all
she
by
wash
touch and
the
feel
rice?
and.
She washes the
Yeah,
rice?
so you got to wash it 3-4 times.
100%. It has to be run clear.
Of course.
Didn't
Wash
know
it,
that.
put it in there, finger,
Yeah.
let it go, mate.
Finger.
Yeah, she
Suck.
can go. And then when I do it, she has to retest it herself.
Yeah.
All right, it's
Make
all
sure
right.
it's right.
Yeah, make sure it's right. No, it's very important. Rice is very important.
Rice is life.
Sticky rice. Do you like sticky rice?
I don't mind sticky rice. Yeah, I don't mind it.
You know what I like?
Rice pudding.
Rice pudding.
Yeah,
rice
especially
pudding.
if you bake it
Yeah.
and you get the
Rice
skin on
pudding.
the top with a bit of cinnamon and
A little
vanilla.
bit of cinnamon, vanilla on the top.
It's got that sweet.
50 years.
I love it. I love it. No, that's good. That's good. Hey, about.
Speaking of which, speaking about 50 years.
Let's have a look at this.
Guardano un pochettino parmigiano reggiano. Un po' di
You should have tagged him in that.
I actually should. I should re-upload it.
Oh, mate. Have you noticed? I do that now every time I
So
put
do I. As soon as I put the cheese on,
Yeah, I do
it's
it.
just automatic.
Now I do it every time, man. It's around. All right, this week
This week,
we interviewed.
it's a very
legend.
fishy
I don't
interview.
care what you say, mate. You played 99 games for Carlton. You are a legend.
Well, you're a legend of the jumper punch.
You are.
That's what you are.
Jumper punch. Right, so just proudly sport to you by North Seafood Bar,
Bar and
and
Grill.
Grill.
Yes, correct.
Angelo, mate, what a star, what a star.
The great man.
So
The
let's
great
have a
man
look
himself.
at Brad Fisher, of course, 203 to 10, 99 games, 127 goals, AFL Rising Star. So that's
Wow,
someone-
was he?
Yeah, he was.
What's a rising star, Fisher?
He was
Nominated, yeah.
Nominated, of course. Pick 72 in the national draft. He was in the leadership group, pre-season premiership play. Let's not forget about that.
Hey,
2007.
He actually, and 7th in the BNF in 207. They actually talk about that. And they all talk about that. I think they all went a little bit overboard with that.
Hoops did. Ron Houlihan did.
On your hoops.
But
remember?
let's have a look
He's
at
good
some
man.
highlights
He's the
here.
best.
This is his first goal.
Oh. Ah!
That was Cuda. Gave him his first one. There he is, a young Fisher. There's Franchino.
Oh, these were the days of
Oh,
commentary.
wow.
How good was
He
this?
was a good mark, wasn't he?
Yeah, oh, great. He's a
Beautiful
great set of hands overhead.
I don't remember kicking, but
You'll see it. A lot of the highlights of him taking
Marking.
mark. Look at this mark. Nice. He was good when he came over. I was excited about the kid.
was he a Perth boy?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm just, God, Channel 9 were the best.
Eddie Maguire.
Brian Taylor.
Yep.
Fisher.
Ah, good old Princes Park. Very slight.
Look at the score.
Yeah, that was
103 to 114.
Oh, don't look at that one.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But he kicks a nice goal.
Do you know who kicked goals that game? Matthew Pavlich kicked 7.
Did he
I
really?
remember that.
It was important, man. If he didn't get injured, I'm telling you, Fisher.
Big crowd. There's a young Eddie Betts there.
When's the last time we played? When was the last time we played free?
Nice kick. Yeah, it wouldn't have been too often.
That was his game back.
Game.
You know what that game was? I'll tell you what that game was.
I remember that.
This is how sick I am. He came back after his ACL in that game. He had a nice game. And
First
Fev,
or second ACL?
Fev killed.
I reckon it was his second ACL. And Fev smashed Ted Richards in that game.
He killed in that game.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. Saturday twilight.
And Richards had the blood. He was coughing up blood.
Blood
or something. Yeah.
It almost killed him.
Yeah, no, look, he was unlucky. He had 2 ACLs.
Yep.
Shit.
Second one, he did the Lards, and he came back.
Yeah.
Correct, yes.
Remember when that was a thing, the Lars? Malcheski did it.
That died.
Yeah, and he got it back, But he managed to get back, and he managed to get to 99, and then he just, because we made the finals that year, Sydney just couldn't get back in, and then that was it for him. They couldn't find fit. And funny enough, he came back for the Collingwood game. They got smashed that day. The week after, right, he went back to the reserves and kicks 10.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
But we smashed Essendon that week, right?
Wow.
And he couldn't get back into the team, you know?
So what year was that? 2010?
No, it would have been... Yeah, I think it was 2010, yeah.
Wow.
And he had cheek... Twice he did his cheek, he did his shoulder, he just couldn't get
his shoulders were,
bunged up.
Yeah. But listen, great interview. As I said, everyone's got a story.
Yes,
and he's got a story, man. And he's a great, do I say kid? But he's a man.
Great man.
He's a good man to chat to.
Great bloke.
He's a good man.
Family?
He's got a wife and 2 kids, and as I said, he lives over there in
Blackgowrie.
Yeah,
live in Blackgowrie.
Yeah.
Huh.
He's got a beautiful house. He looks like he's done well for himself.
Good on him.
He's a good man. He speaks well.
Beautiful place of the world to live in.
We had a great interview, me and Vince. Thanks to Vince again. We drove up there. We ate fish and chips later.
Fish and chips after interviewing Brad Fisher.
Yeah, it was good.
Makes sense.
It was good.
And you're at the beach too.
It was too, fish and chips. So everyone catch this interview. Let's have a little bit of a look at this one here.
Cemetery, I will fight, never weary. I wanna be legendary till I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery. I will fight, never weary. I wanna be legendary.
And here we have him.
Even I'm in the picture.
Brad Fisher, how are you, mate?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Good.
G'day, Brad.
Vincent?
Thanks very much for joining us today, mate.
No worries. Thanks.
And thanks for inviting us into your beautiful home here in Blackgowrie, where I spent so many of my school holidays as a little boy with my family. We used to come down here and enjoy time on the beach.
Yeah, nice.
Well, if you're a wog...
Yeah, well,
Rye was the place.
Rye, Rosebud, Blackgowrie, Sorrento, Portsea, you name it.
Not too much has changed. I think it's all.
No, that's it. Still during summer.
Essendon, late 2000s. It was just the arrogance and that you loved when you supported them, but then when you're playing against them, you can't stand out about it.
How long? So you get picked up by Carlton. How long before you hate Essendon?
It probably took a little while.
It
took a little while. I reckon it wasn't until I moved into Moonee Ponds, and so every Essendon player lives in Moonee Ponds. So you go up the supermarket and there's half a dozen Bombers players, and so you want to beat them because you're seeing them all the time.
It's competitive, and that's it.
Absolutely. But it seems like everyone's got a really different memory of that Dennis era. For me, and I think for a lot of young guys, it was just unbelievable in the way he supported you, and the values and life lessons and that I learnt from Dennis were something I still try and sort of live by. And I heard him interviewed, I think it was on a Wayne Carey podcast.
Yes.
And he sort of said he wished he didn't go to Carlton. I remember thinking, I hope you know the impact you had on some young players, positive impact you had, because but then, older players who just had a totally different experience, and potentially he treated them differently as well. And I was a young player that he played and got games into. And then there was, guys 27, 28 who were probably playing in the VFL thinking, I should be playing instead of Fish and all that. But Dennis backed me in, and then, 8 years later, I'm playing in the VFL thinking I should be playing in front of this guy. So you get a bit of balance as it goes on. It comes back your way sometime. But what I remember was Dennis was vague. He said, I think we're going to go with you this week, son. And then I remember ringing my dad, and Dad said, so what did he say? And he said, I think we're going to go this week. And he's like, so did he tell you you're playing? And then I was like, well, I think he did, but I'm not. I took it as he was telling me.
Maybe he said we might go with you.
So then I had I was a bit unsure. I didn't want to tell anyone else. I was a little bit unsure. But
so it doesn't.
No, when you snap your ACL, I think I remember being told, and that time I adjusted my ACL. Not the second time I did basically everything in there. Right. But if you snap that nerve, then there's not much pain. It's sort of you look like we're full for 5 seconds, and then it sort of goes away. And then I remember walking back thinking, maybe not, maybe
it's all right. It feels good.
Feels good, and that's when I got the bounce. I said, look, it feels like it's sort of dangling when I go to kick, but it's not sore. And I think that was enough. And then the docs played around with it, and looking at 12 months and. So it used to amaze me at playing footy. I remember David Teague won a best and fairest.
Yes.
Midway through the next year, he was out of the side in playing VFL. Jordan Russell, who was I'm pretty sure he was leading Juddy the year Juddy won his Brownlow at Carlton after 21 games in the best and fairest. Yeah. He was lead, and he came second in the BNF. Yeah. And then by round 20 the next year, he's playing for the Bull Ants. Unbelievable. And when Whitnall left, and he was the captain of the footy club, I remember being shocked at. No one ever said anything. There was never we brought in and said, look, we've let the captain go because really? His body is not allowing him to play to the standard he wants to play or whatever it was. And it was just like he was gone and it was just move on. Wow. And then you don't see him around.
But
and
that's
I remember it is.
He just comes in and without having played a game for the club, he's made captain. How did you guys feel about that?
No, I think it didn't take long to realise he was our best leader by a mile.
That's what everyone
not only our best player, but our best leader. Just the standards he set. You knew from the moment he walked in.
We're talking to a few players, so those standards, straight away you could see he was at a different level to Carlton.
Yep. Can you give us an idea of the sort of standards you're talking about? In what areas?
Well, what I remember was he... And this was probably in hindsight, but I remember having conversations with him and he couldn't believe our lack of competitiveness as far as will to win and to be the best compared to that era he had with his midfield teammates and that he had over there. And he said, we haven't got the talent, but we didn't have the talent that he was exposed to or part of.
He was one of many.
My best mate said to me once, and he was always my biggest supporter, he goes, well, let's look at the positives. You'll never be in the conversation of worst players to play 100 games.
That's a bit rough. That's a bit rough.
You've got to take the positives. So, and that's the one bloke who backed me in too. So when he turned on me, I knew I was in strife. But I would have loved to have played another game. And it didn't work out.
But the main thing is that you played 99 games for Carlton.
And kicked 127 lovely goals.
Done your research.
And
think about it. How many years did you play?
8 years.
The only average football only plays like for 4 years. So
I've told myself all that when I'm trying to sleep at night.
And of course, you're the 2007 Premiership player in the NAB Cup or whatever it was.
All right, there you go. So there you go. He talks about like all sorts of stuff. I'm telling you, he goes through everything.
Nice
there.
house.
Beautiful house. He goes through everything there. He goes through the start. Dennis Pagan years were big for him because... he was there for pretty much a whole time. Dennis was there. He talks about Favola was a big part of his life there too in the forward line.
They were it. They were the two bit for us. They were the two prong. Him, Waite, Fisher. Wow.
Yeah, so it was good. And he went in there when, I'm telling you, it was like the worst time of our history. Like all the draft picks.
2003, you're rocking up and we've gone through the salary cap stuff. Draft picks are taken away.
Yeah. And look, he was picked 72, so he was just happy to get picked up in a way. Like when you get down to 72, I mean,
chances happy to pick you up.
Yeah, of course.
But he took his chances. So everyone, catch that interview tomorrow.
On your fish.
All right. We've got a good one here. Let's do this one here. Bang.
This is going to be a trio. Bananas in pajamas, coming down in pairs. Proudly sponsored by and brought to you by Merino Bros. If you spend $60 or more before midnight, you will get free delivery to your door the next day.
100% door, roller door,
Step.
Great quality produce as well.
Gate.
Can you maybe live in your car?
Yep.
Caravan.
They'll deliver to your car.
Wherever it is.
Anyway, Beachfront.
Yeah, you know those things at Rye that they've got, the little sheds?
Anyway.
You live on one of them?
Flinders Street Station.
Technically,
Flinders Street.
yeah. Train.
Wherever.
Some of the people that sleep on the street there, you want something?
Wherever you are.
They'll come and deliver.
Whatever you do, we'll deliver the fruit to you.
Really
all right, so what we do is we come in and we usually, like, before the show, we come in and I go, oh, this is going to be my banana. And we're all got the same banana.
Well, we might have to hold it, all three of us together.
And this is the banana. So
we're
I've got a little bit
it's all going to be variable.
All right, but before we do that, hold it.
Yeah,
we're going to show a little bit of footage.
All right, you hold it, Michael. All right, here we go.
There you go. What do you reckon about this?
Out.
Out. You look a bit shocked there. Besto. Oh, sorry, for though. There's a little bit of a... And then, look at him. He looks like he doesn't know what's going on. What's going on?
He doesn't know
and then
what's
we
going
go to this part.
This is my favourite.
Look at his grey head right in the middle there.
Renshaw.
That's now they weren't kindergarten kids, they were grown men.
He's serious, look at him.
Tell me, what do you reckon?
No, I'll get to it. You keep going.
No,
I'm ready to lose it.
That vision just says everything, doesn't it?
Typifies everything.
So
This is all our banana of the week.
This is a combined banana
Yes,
of the week.
it's a trio of
and I'd like
bananas.
to think that I know a little bit about cricket, just a little bit.
Well, I would like all those that watch cricket all their lives.
Cricket outside of football.
Outside
cricket
of
is his
football
sport.
is my sport.
I'm the same.
I'm probably
It's
the only
footy,
wog.
cricket.
Yeah, I'm probably the only wog that I know who played cricket before football. I did.
Yeah,
and I was
did
actually
too.
half decent at it.
I was playing cricket
Not
in
to
primary
boast.
school.
Not to boast, I was half decent at it.
He was
the only
half
wog.
decent.
So
It's a good cricketer.
Love it.
I'm going to say this. You know those members? Can I swear?
Yeah.
They're a fucking disgrace.
Oh, that's a big one on the show.
They're a disgrace.
They are.
Okay? If that happened at Carlton on the weekend, you, me, him, we'd all be getting an email the next day. You'd be blacklisted, I'd be blacklisted, he'd be blacklisted.
Again.
Disgraceful.
Again.
Disgraceful. That is ridiculous. First of all, who the hell are you to question what an umpire has given you? The umpire's given it out. We appealed, we did the run out. That's it. We did our part.
Should end.
Now, when Stark took the catch on the third night or the fourth night, whatever it was, and it was given not out, did we bitch and moan? No. We moved on, we put our cake in our pants and we dealt with it. Then the next morning this happens, the exact same situation where the ball is now in the umpire's hands and they call it out. Listen here, Johnny Bairstow. Instead of wandering out to go to Hungry Jack's, okay, stay in your damn crease, you dickhead.
100%.
You flog. You're
And
a
he's
flog.
a keeper.
Exactly.
He's a keeper.
You know what? I showed you the vision. He did it in the first innings to Labuschagne.
He did.
You're a disgrace.
He did.
And Stokes, you're a disgrace as well for sitting there saying that you would have withdrawn the appeal. You're a flog.
And Broad.
Yeah, all of them.
He sucked them out.
Broad sitting there with his bat, pretending like...
we won't forget.
Please.
Shut up, stupid.
He turned around to Kerry. Did you see what he said to Kerry? You'll be remembered for one thing for the rest of... Yeah, you know what we're going to be remembered for? Kicking your ass
Winning
in
the
the
Ashes, mate.
Yeah.
Mine just goes wholeheartedly to Stuart Broad.
Oh, Broad.
The holier-than-thou approach. Hypocrisy at its absolute finest. When he smashed it to first slip and Michael Clark took that catch back in the Ashes and he just stood there.
Exactly.
Like a statue.
100%, man.
Okay. They want to sit
100%.
If the shoe fits.
They want to sit there and they literally throw rocks at glass houses. They live in the house that was built out of glass. Okay, for me, Stokes is sitting there saying in the spirit of the game how he would have withdrawn his appeal. You know what he should have done in 2019 in the World Cup when the ball hit his bat and reflected off and went for
We're talking
4.
Stokes
yeah,
here.
in the World Cup when that ball hit his bat and went for 4. You know what he should have done? I withdraw that boundary. It should be a dead ball. Dickhead.
Yeah.
But you didn't, did you?
And that poses the question, right? When Carey threw that ball, if that hit the stumps and ricocheted and they took a run,
it's runs.
Would that have been a run?
Yes.
Would they have taken it?
Yes.
Now, he's wandered off 2 or 3 times. If you watch before that,
he gave him a chance.
He wandered and Carey gave him a chance, and then he did it again. He walked off with no, if you play cricket or you've watched cricket, you know that it ends when the umpire says
over. Okay, the ball is never dead while it's in hand. So once the keeper throws it to first slip, the ball's dead.
So what's the difference between that and a stumping?
0.
It was ruled as stumping.
No, it wasn't. It was ruled in a run out. It was ruled a run out.
Were you sure?
No, it was. It was ruled a run out.
I'm not sure what it was.
I think it was ruled as stumping.
No, because the ball left his hand.
Okay.
Okay, so in the letter of the law, when the ball leaves your hand, it is a run out.
Right.
So the one thing that I would say as well, I've lost my train of thought now because I'm that pissed off. Okay, man cave. So the man cave rule, obviously, there's the spirit of the game. People comparing it to Mancat have zero intelligence in the game. It's nothing comparable. Mancat is legal. We're not saying it's not. But with Mancat, you give people, like you were saying before, you can give them you've done it once, I'm going to watch you. You do it again, I'll Mancat you. With this, Carey gave him options. He gave him chances.
He didn't do anything. It's not against the rule.
So I'm looking at it here. It's got stumping Carey bowled green.
It should be stumped.
So they've ruled it as a stumping, right? So if they've ruled it as a stumping,
the only difference is
So what if he grabbed the ball?
Zero difference.
Right, and he was up at the stumps and he grabbed it out there. What if he threw it at the stumps?
Yeah, that's right. That's right, because that's happened. They've taken it and then
thrown it back at the stumps.
And they've stumped them out.
So what's the difference?
There is no difference.
Exactly. The only difference is distance and time.
They stumped.
Yeah.
What about
difference and time?
What about if bloody Bairstow walked and bloody Stokes they crossed? That's a run.
Yeah.
It's not against the rule, mate. The ball was still
behind the stumps vision is perfect.
Yeah.
He grabs it and throws it straight away.
Yeah.
It's out.
100%.
It's out.
If he waited,
I was still shocked.
Story.
I was still shocked that the Mitchell Stark catch wasn't called.
That was ridiculous.
Where's another one?
People were saying because he didn't have his fingers underneath the ball on the ground. He caught the ball.
That's only when you catch it, right? When you first catch it, right? But he's controlled the ball completely. Right? The rule is once you control the ball. Remember that World Cup? Who was that West Indies player who took the catch and then
Hooper?
And he dropped it.
Hooper.
Oh, he grabbed. No,
you're talking about
caught it, and then as he went to throw it, it came out of his hands.
Yes. Carl Hooper. Right now, that was like he hadn't controlled it yet. Stark controlled the catch, and then in the last moment puts his hand down, but he's already caught it.
Yeah.
And they've said, anyway,
you take it on the chin. Okay.
And what did we do as a country? We took it on the chin and we dealt with it. Yep. Moved on. Did you see us bitch and moan about it for a day?
I'll tell you what cost England the match.
Their top order.
That session that they had when they were 1 for 180 and 100%. They threw away 5 or 6 wickets.
100%.
Good luck to them.
He made no mention of that whatsoever, the captain.
Yeah, reflection. You know what that is? It's reflecting
you know
the
what's
problem.
incoming?
You know where else they lost
incoming? 3-0.
Yeah. Well,
3-0.
You know where else they lost it? Day one, mate. They put Australia into bat. Right?
You have to tell me what I told him. Good luck. I actually said it was the best toss to lose.
Yes,
lose it. I said lose the toss. Yeah. Let them make the mistake. You get through the first hour at Lords on a green deck, you're going to cash in hard.
And I think that Warner, sometimes I think, it's a bit over for him. But to tell you the truth,
he got through good.
Mate, he done well.
You know what? And I kept raising this on air with our guys and the audience and the listeners and everything. Dave Warner, who are you going to replace him with?
Not Marcus Harris.
The solution is worse than the problem.
No, this is the problem.
Marcus Harris?
The cure is worse than the disease.
It's not Marcus Harris, it's not Renshaw.
No, it's true.
In time, maybe, but it's not now.
Correct. So that's that. Banana of the week just
you
goes...
are the banana of the week.
Stokes Broad,
Cricket
English
Club.
cricket team.
And the members.
Mate, I'm telling
you. That's disgusting, man.
And remember I've told you about booing by grown-ups? How did that look?
He looked feral.
I know. I understand that.
No, I don't.
I don't really have an opinion on it.
He looked terrible. He looked-
No, mate, people are going to do.
No,
I get what because
It's
heightened
laughable.
emotions.
No, it's laughable, bro.
But that was a bit.
Do a boo.
Boo. That's not booing.
How dumb does it look?
I don't
head
Boo,
was jolty.
you're a boo.
You know what his head looked like? It looked like a dog that was angry at a gate.
Take it in.
Cricket's a bit different, especially in that members scene, and it has to take a lot for them to get offside. But I don't even think it was.
But that's not what got him upset.
Yeah.
You know what's got him upset?
The shit.
They're shit.
That's why.
what got him upset. That they're down 2-0.
Good luck,
That's
Bazball.
what got him upset.
What's Bazball?
A myth.
I
A
don't know.
myth.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
What's this Bazball?
Yeah, you know what we got? Cumball. we got Paddy Cummings. I don't know why you guys were. I was being fairly PG then. I was. We got Cumball.
No comment.
On you, Paddy.
No, we love it. Well, I love the Australian cricket team, mate. I'm telling you, man.
It's very
It's a great.
He's a very good-looking.
Oh, he's a stunner.
Beautiful man.
If anyone's going to captain this country and have the face of the country, do you know what I've always said?
Perfect.
The most important person that this country has outside of the Prime Minister is the Australian captain
Of the test team.
of the test team
100%.
by
He had
a country mile.
He had a nice shiner as well.
Yeah, he did. He looked tough.
Actually had a
Nah, listen, man. He's got a tough role, mate. And I
All the
always
people
said
that
when they
people
make
bagged
him
him.
captain, it's tough being a
People-
bowler. as a
Bowling
captain.
captain.
People will pick this up, and I'm going to use a bad word, but you won't hear the bad word directly. So, apparently, to be a member in the MCC at Lords or whatever it is, there's a certain area of London that you have to live in, and you're this type of member if you live in this area, and then you're a country member if
You're
live
the
in
upper
this
echelon of
type of member in this area. You're because you live out of this province in this area, you become a country member, right? So. And it apparently reminded one of our callers, I'm not going to name his name, so Gough Whitlam, our old PM, was having this to and fro with an old sparring partner in politics, and he said to Gough Whitlam, I'm a country member. I'm a country member. And Gough Whitlam goes, yeah, I remember.
I like that. I like that. That's really nice little jab, that one.
So no one have picked that. It's not obvious, but people will know exactly. Yeah, I'm a country member. I remember.
That is nice. I like it. You know what?
It is subtle.
Yes, that's the word. Subtle.
You got to have wit to understand that.
Yes, correct.
You know what? That whole scenario was.
Ma di che cazzo stai a parlare? Ma di che cazzo stai a parlare a te? Che bello! Ma che cazzo stai a fare? Ma che cazzo sei? Ma che cazzo? Ma che cazzo sei?
I love that word. 3, 2, 1.
Ma che cazzo!
I would have loved. Imagine being in the members there. Just the market.
The MCC. MCC, Rocco. Ma che cazzo?
In that video, did you hear the Aussie go, on you Starkey!
Yeah, I love
He's probably got a tinny in his hand. On you Starkey!
I love it. Hey, listen, we had a picture sent in by...
Did we?
Apa?
Thailand?
No. BH.
BH?
Yeah, BHANOT. What's that?
I need to see it written down.
Let me see it. Show me who we got. I think I saw this by email.
Apa.
And then this one?
The last name?
BH.
Barnett.
He sent us this picture.
Apa Barnett.
Alright, so he sent us this picture here, and this is perfectly.
Okay.
Mucky
Alright, this is perfectly mucky cats. Even the tree understood the assignment.
How good is that?
Wow.
And look at the sign.
Italian affair.
Italian as fuck.
Oh, Italian
Italian as fuck.
That is, mate. That's
perfect. They should heritage list that tree.
L'albero.
They should heritage list it.
Beautiful.
How good was that? Now, let's get into it. When I was a kid, used to go and play soccer, and you had always the WOG bloody. You had the WOG
kick.
No, the WOG parents over there.
Yeah.
They used to tell you how to play the game. Oh, shoot, fucking shoot.
Yeah.
They would tell you, and then you get out there and play the game.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at these two.
Oh my god.
Oh, look at the moves.
Jeez, they're big boys.
Oh, he's got him. He's got him. He just got
He's got it the other way now. He's going to fall over. Get up.
Well, you can go. Oh, God. He's coming back.
Surely not.
The other bloke couldn't even get back up again.
Come on. Come on. He's got to finish it. Surely. Yes.
You know what that reminded me of when Levi Casbolt and Cameron Wood handballed
when they stuffed at us. Oh, wow.
Against the Western Bulldogs, they handballed it to each other's back.
Fucking shoot. No, one of our favourites. Tony Soprano.
James Gandolfini.
The GOAT, my father. Yeah. It's my father coming up.
Let's just, we'll just call this one Life's Too Short.
Oh, this is the greatest commercial ever.
Life is short. Try to do something new every day. Dance. Dance as much as you can. Try to connect to the silence of the sea. And whenever you can, try to give your body a good rest. Try to surprise an old friend. I'm sorry. I know. Try to exercise on a regular basis. A healthy body is a healthy mind. And learn to appreciate art. Try new things. And yes, it will change your life.
How good is that?
I get emotional when I see him. I actually do. He's the best.
You know, it's 10 years.
I love him. I remember the day he passed away. That was yesterday.
10 years. Hey, you know, he was only like 22 years old.
Yeah. He's just...
You know when he started Soprano, he was only like...
He was 30. He was 30.
He would have been 30.
He was 30. When
Have a look.
Look how young he was, man.
Have a look. When Tony Soprano...
He would be, I would say, mid to 30s.
Started Sopranos, right? How old was he?
Type in when the Sopranos started, and then just take back when his years.
No, if you put it, because it's in there. He's only, I think he was about 35.
I think he died when he was 54 or something like that. But, yeah. If anyone who knows
1999.
Yeah, 1999
is when it aired, so say 1998.
Yeah.
James Gandolfini was born in 61.
Yeah, take 10 years away, 51. There you go.
What's that? 1998 minus 1961.
Yeah.
He was 37.
There you go.
I told you, 35.
Wow.
Yeah. And he looked like he was like unreal. 37.
Great man as well. Apparently, philanthropist.
Yeah.
You know, just everything about
Son
him.
looks exactly like him.
Yeah, Son looks exactly. Yeah. Just one of the best shows ever. I don't care what anyone says.
He was just
he reminded
so
us of everyone that we love.
That was lovable.
Yeah. One of the greatest TV series. Yeah, I actually get emotional when
I watch it.
He reminds me of my father.
Least I watch some of it every year, but I think I watch the whole thing every second year. I'll watch the whole series again.
It is one of the greatest TV series.
At least once a week there's an episode played in my household.
Yeah.
At least. And a quote that's said between me and Paul.
Yeah.
Every week there's a quote that will come out.
As soon as he calls me,
what do you hear?
What do you hear? What do you say? And he goes, I don't hear anything and I don't say anything.
I really don't know how to answer that question anymore. For the last 10 years, it's been, what do you hear? What do you say? My missus says, is Paul coming tonight? Paul comes over. What do you hear? And Steph will start going, Paul, what do you hear? What do you say? No more glasses.
Paul is my favourite character. Paulie. Mate.
If you were to think of someone that
he's a real gangster.
Who is he? He actually is a real gangster.
He was a real mobster.
Tony Sirica.
If Paul wasn't bald, he would have he would have grey wings.
Yeah.
100%. He actually said that he wanted to style that one day.
The grey wings.
Yeah.
You know how, like...
Richard Kimball, the devil's whatever, those are all make-believe.
See this?
I was born, spent a few years in the army, a few years in the can, and here I am now. Half a wise guy.
Half a wise guy.
See this? This is satanic black magic.
Sick shit.
Sick shit.
Mate. He should be our line coach. Paulie
if you're gonna compare anyone,
can you imagine Tony Soprano, Paulie as your bloody coaches? I'm telling you, you'd never lose a game.
You never would.
No.
So who would he be? He's 100% Paulie. If you're going to say the jumper punch, who's someone in the Sopranos? I think he's Paulie.
Yeah.
What did we say? Who did you think Mars was? You said Mars was
Bobby
Bacala. Nice. He's quiet, timid, but don't want to fuck with him.
Yeah, Bobby.
And then who would you be? You know who I reckon he is?
Who?
Chrissy.
Chrissy.
That could be Chrissy.
Yeah, I reckon
You could be
like
Chrissy.
Yeah.
Could be Chrissy, full on cocaine.
Heroin.
He's
You're talking to the fucking boss.
Oh yeah, he wanted to be an actor, everything, mate.
Yeah.
Taking acting school.
Yeah, music, acting.
Yeah.
I would see myself maybe a little bit more as Sil.
Yes.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the
Quiet,
scenes.
cool, calm, measured.
I
But
love
Paulie
when
I
you-
do like. I do wear
But
the ring.
everyone loves Paulie.
Everyone loves Paulie.
I love
I would you'd like to be Tony Soprano, but
I'm not even going to say that I would be Tony Soprano. I can't. No one can say that.
Yeah.
I call my father Tony Soprano.
My favourite mistress on the show of all of like the they're called Mars.
Yeah.
the one-legged.
Nah, not the one-legged Russian. Gloria Trillo. Oh, she's gorgeous.
There were some real stunners. What about the mob boss from Italy?
Oh,
When she hits the golf.
Oh, yeah,
When she
yeah,
hits the
yeah.
golf shot.
Yeah,
What about
yeah.
the one with the fur, the car dealership salesman?
That's Gloria. Gloria Trillo.
Yeah.
Gloria Trillo.
Adriana's something else.
Adriana.
Adriana.
Meadow. Oh, have you seen Meadow now?
Yeah, but not at the time. But I know now. But Adriana, she was like
The it.
she was, but then there was something about her that
You know who she looks
that
like?
kind of
Fergie.
turned me off half.
She was like Fergie.
Yeah,
like
she ended up being a rat.
Yeah, she was alright. Yeah. Anyway,
Good old Soprano.
all right. So
discussion.
everyone, hope
I think I'm
everyone
furious.
enjoyed the.
I'll take it. I'll take
Hope
it.
everyone enjoyed the Soprano podcast here.
Thank you very much.
Sops.
Hey,
There you go.
how about this one here? It's not about the dog in the fight. It's about the fight
Fighting
in
the dog. Yes, that's right. Yes.
Cleo.
Oh, where's Cleo? Oh, this is hilarious. Then the door comes away.
Now watch this. Just have a drink.
Then go back out and resume the same thing.
That's golden. That is so
Ah,
good.
dearie me.
That is hilarious. You know, corgis, they are an interesting dog.
I
Beautiful
love
looking
corgis.
dog, but they have an interesting personality.
I love corgis.
Hey, no matter how, like people like walking around like you're 10 men, right?
Yes.
You think like you're the big fish in the sea.
You're
No
a-
matter how big you think you are,
You're
just
a goldfish.
remember the sea's a big place. Let's
Yep.
have a look at this. It's a big croc. Massive, huh?
What's underneath it? Oh.
Uh,
Oh, that's CGI'd, huh?
nah, it's gone. That ain't CGI.
I don't know if that's CGI.
I bloody hope it is.
That ain't CGI.
Mate, you know those... That
That croc would be 5 metres. Easy.
Right, but you know biggest sperm
Well,
whale
they're the
is?
biggest. I think blue whales are the biggest,
Oh,
but
the
sperm
big-
whales are pretty big.
I don't know if that was a blue or a
I
sperm.
do
a-
believe
I-
that was exclusive vision of Ocean Gate Titan.
Oh God! You know, I'm not one to make jokes about them.
I am.
I'm not.
When is
but
it too
imagine,
soon?
But yeah, I think it might be too soon.
Nah,
but
it's not too
imagine,
soon.
imagine spending $250,000 to go see the Titanic and you didn't see it. You feel crushed.
We just have to end it right there, mate, because you can't go past that. That is beautiful. How long have you been like that? Is superb.
I've been holding
You've
that
been
one
holding
for a
that one
while.
for a while.
I've been waiting for the right time.
I love what he said when we went out for dinner.
Oh,
talking about
yeah.
it. He just said 2 words. He goes, stay home.
You're a billionaire. You're a billionaire.
Stay home.
Look, with all due respect,
You get to a stage.
Start casa.
why do you want to
Start
go?
that gas.
Why do you
The old
want to
man
be the
used to go, stay home. What are you doing?
You've got
Going
all
out?
this money. Why the hell do you want to go see?
That's the
with
prob-
all this money
but that's
they had,
the problem,
they could
mate.
have built the fucking Titanic.
No, they could have built their own submarine.
Yeah, they could have done it, rehearsed the whole thing, saved lives. Why would you do that?
I
Stay
think-
home, man.
That's the thrill of adventure.
But I
watch
think
the
that's the
Titanic on
problem.
movie again.
I think that's the problem. You're so wealthy.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
You don't know what to do
You could-
because
The minor
nothing
things that
excites.
we do every day become
Nothing.
minuscule.
Yeah.
They become,
Piss in the ocean.
Well,
shit.
you think
exactly.
about this, like one of your joys in life is buying stuff. You know when you buy, even though it only,
They don't know what buying thing is. They don't know.
and that's the whole thing.
working up to buying something.
Yes.
is a great joy.
And then when you buy it, and then even then after a while, it becomes like even your car. You buy a car. Oh, what?
success syndrome.
Did you know that Richard? Did you know that Sir Richard Branson was supposed to be on that? And he
That
Did he get
particular
asked?
one?
No,
go on it?
he was asked, he paid, and then he rejected it and said, "I'd like a refund."
Is that true?
He did.
Oh wow.
You know why? Because he's
Because he's smart. Why do you reckon Virgin haven't gone to the Titanic? Why do you reckon
more
Elon
people
Musk?
have gone.
Why do you reckon Elon Musk hasn't gone?
More people have gone to the moon. Space, yeah, than they
So if it's easy,
You run one of the most profitable topless bars in Jersey. Now, did you get that because you're Calabrese? No, you got that because of you. Because you're smart. Because you're whatever the fuck.
yeah, whatever the fuck. But why would you want to do that? Like me personally, if I got all this money, I'm going up before I'm going down.
Look, you can't.
That was an interesting point that he made. Going up instead of going down with regards to like going to space.
But as I said,
interesting.
Like more people been to space than they've been
That's what I mean.
to that distance. So it's just about why do people climb Mount Everest? Because it's there.
Yes.
And you know
Why
how many
do people go down
bodies?
there?
You know how many
Because it's
bodies
there.
are on Everest? That people just. You know how many bodies are up there?
Yeah, it's
My dad was telling me that like, you go up there, you got like a certain amount of time before you're screwed. Yeah, no, he did it. He did it and came back.
That's where his school was.
Yeah,
he used to go to school over there.
I went through the bushes, I went through the mountains,
The wolf.
Yeah, the wolf came along.
The rain.
Come around the
And then what happens
corner.
when you get to the village? The school's next door to the house. Good old Joel Vardy.
Have you ever been that drunk?
Well,
Yes.
yes. Don't even have to show anything.
Yes.
Oh, he's talking to himself.
He's cracking it too.
Oh, this is it. No, he's in a mirror. Look, he's in a mirror.
Now he waits, won't you? Come on.
He's having a go at himself.
Now you might say, "Oh, that's made up." I've done that,
Have you really?
but I didn't argue with myself.
Drinking.
I've been, and I remember it was the grain store. And I remember I'm that drunk. I'm walking. There's a massive mirror, right? And I see the bloke walking towards me, and I ran straight into the mirror, but I turned like to miss him. You know?
Oh, right, okay.
Boom! And they just
Stuck like this.
Mate, so I'm telling you, that can happen. That can happen. After you. All right. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to finish this off with a bit of a song, right? We're going to see a bit of a song.
Oh, okay.
Everyone, that words are going to be on there.
Okay.
We're going to be singing. This is this song is to all the English people,
Okay. All right.
all the English fans.
All right.
All right.
I think I know what this song
Let's
is.
all do it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I'll let you do it.
Vaffanculo, vaffanculo.
It's how you
Yeah, hello in Italy. Vaffanculo, vaffanculo.
They'll greet you
In the open arms that beat you on the cheeks. Vaffanculo, vaffanculo.
every day to
Makes the
make the
season
season
bright.
If you're offended, that's too bad, 'cause I'm not sorry.
Vaffanculo, vaffanculo, and good night.
You should never say this phrase to anybody.
We just did.
It's just a funny song, for goodness sake.
As the accordion as well.
You should
I
see
think
how
I'm
lucky
lining
that
up.
morning
I'll
up with
tell
some
you. You'll be sleeping
The fishes in the lake. Vaffanculo, vaffanculo.
On your Stokesy.
Hope that everyone felt better
The
after that.
Fisharmonica.
As you can see, none of us
That's enough.
rendition that.
That's another great song.
You love Fisharmonica.
But, hey,
Johnny Morani special.
Mate,
how
what a
good
song.
is the Fisharmonica?
I got my
Ready?
normal
Let's go. 1, 2, 3. La Fisharmonica stasera suono per te per ricordarti un amore uno di tanti anni fa la fisarmonica suona per te.
Hey, that's mate. How privileged.
We're playing at the Abusa Club this weekend. Fetch Azura Club on Sunday.
Hey, I want
Epping
someone
and Brunswick.
I want someone to contact us with a Fisharmonica that can play it.
I got one. I don't know how to play it, but I got one.
Our family friend, Carmelo.
And I want a song made for the jumper punch.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? He's actually just recovering from a bit of surgery, but Carmelo, our next door neighbour.
Can he do it?
Our nonna's next door neighbour, he's got the Fisharmonica.
Can he play it?
Yeah, bloody oath.
Can he write
And
a
well
song?
too.
I want to do a song.
All right, we'll do one.
do a
That's
song.
Italian.
I want a nice little
Yeah.
We should play that in the bloody cheese squad. Imagine that.
Imagine that with the double. Imagine that. Deary me.
I'm telling you, people have no idea how to entertain.
We're expanding our resources here at the Jumper Punch.
We are expanding our resources. Yes, a resource-rich football club is what Brian Cook described it as. Yes,
loves playing the fisharmonica.
Who loves playing the fisharmonica?
It's not lads. Now you get your chips and say, "Oh, mate, that is a meal."
Look at that. I reckon going to your local pub to get a Parma.
How about that? The Three Musketeers of Deliciousness.
Oh, I love it.
Schnitzel, or cotoletta.
So you know what Schnitz does, which is Jesus.
me.
You know what Schnitz does, which is religiously good, and I think you're going to get the Parma right by now. Yeah.
Well, we're going to get this one here. This one is the Mediterranean.
Oh,
yeah, the salad, insalada riviera.
So that's special.
Very nice.
But they put the salad on the side of the schnitz and the chips on the side.
100%.
You have
Cardinal sin.
When you put it underneath.
Chips underneath.
Nah,
your Parma or your schnitzel. Go soggy. Skeef.
Everything's going to be separated, mate.
You have to be separated.
Even the chips in a bowl.
Even chips in a bowl, yes.
100%.
Even if the salad's in a bowl.
I agree.
If your Parma's too big, fine.
Now tell me, do you eat salad with
Before.
everything, or do you have a bit?
No.
I like salad
After or before?
I like it after.
Yeah.
That's
palate
my
cleanser. I don't
like
I don't eat it with the. I don't eat it with.
You
the
want to
Parma.
have the meat first because
I don't eat it with the
painful.
Parma. Actually, I eat the chips first because they're hot.
Yeah.
So I eat the chips hot. When I go to Macca's, I eat the chips first.
Yeah.
Then the burger second. Then the drink. There has to be method to madness.
No,
remember,
that's exactly right.
The snuggets.
The schnugs. Paul was coughing up a snug before.
Oh, that was bad. It's something in your throat or something.
Now listen, sometimes you got choices in life.
You do have choices.
You got to decide.
Yep.
What choices did you have?
Well, you want lips and arseholes?
Wow.
Or you want like breast. Real breast. What do you
Chicken
want?
breast. I love chicken breast.
It's up to you, mate.
Yeah, I'm a chicken breast man.
Yep, I'm a breast
many
man too,
people like
definitely.
lips and arseholes and toes and fingers in their food. But
What else did you say? Rats and mice?
The cockroaches, he said.
I'm telling you, there's people that work in the butcher. You know how you make the sausages?
Yeah, the
and
Aussie
all that?
sausages.
It's like they sweep everything in the corner, they put it all in the musher.
Yep.
And then put breadcrumbs on it.
Yep.
And it's done.
And salad as an Aussie say.
Body. No, bro.
Actually, I'm making the salami this week.
I made them last week.
Did you see Did you see the salami I had at work?
No.
The cricket.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, did you see? It was on my Instagram story.
That was a beautiful looking
Did you
snag.
see it? Hold on, I'll see if I can get it up. Hold on.
Yeah, I made them last week. 2 weeks ago, sorry, on the buy.
Making them this week.
We've got 2 more weeks. And
When
we're
they're ready. 4 weeks.
And I'll tell you right now, here's another plug. If you ever want to go get some sausages ready to hang, Lakes Fresh in Taylor's Lakes.
Look how I set it up.
$18 a kilo.
I'm showing him now.
20 bucks a kilo for fresh, ready to hang.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'll send this to you so we can put it up and you'll see it on the screen now. Look, I had the chopping board, the
look
knife
at
in the
that.
studio. Look, look at
Yeah, that's Wog's.
That's a wog, mate. Straight at the SEN studios.
You know what we used to do? So when we go down to the beach, we go to go fishing in the winter. We used to bring the salami.
Yeah, you gotta bring
and
them snacks.
on the pier at midnight, 2 a.m. We're sitting there slicing. We're catching nothing.
Nothing. No, you're catching nothing.
I'm catching a cold.
know,
Okay, and he goes, "You got
mate.
salami?" Yeah. Catalia, that's beautiful.
Beautiful. You can't beat it.
They can't be too hard, but they can't be too soft.
Yeah, it's just got to be
Just right.
al dente salami. I know that's not really. It's more to do with pasta, but
Yeah, what do you like? And you put a bit of chili pepper and fennel. How do you like it?
So we don't put the fennel, but I do like fennel.
Yeah.
And I might put some fennel this year. So in some of it. Yeah, so mainly, of course, it's all about the salt, but it's mainly I put some chili in there,
Yeah.
but not a lot.
So you got some people that put it's like a chili paste, a capsicum paste.
Yeah, I do put capsicum paste.
Yeah.
Nice.
Then obviously the fennel.
So some people put no capsicum paste. I like the capsicum
It
paste.
gives it the colour as well.
Yeah, it gives that red. So I
Yeah.
put that, and then I put a little bit of paprika and a little bit of like
crushed chili,
some chili, and maybe some white pepper or something in there. A little
You put a bit of
and
wine in there as well.
We used to, but I've gone away from it.
Yeah.
fair enough.
Do you put wine?
We used to as well.
Yeah, and I've gone away from the
Probably
wine.
because I drink the wine before I put it in.
Yeah, nah, I don't think.
that'll do it.
I don't think. And I,
Did you ever? This is a good one for. I found that we were the only people that did this. My nonno used to hang them, cry vac them, but then he used to put them under oil.
So
That's old school in
That's
jars,
old school.
and I think that's before we had the fake skins.
Yeah, but before now the Cryovac, right? So
Yeah.
what we used to do is the first way to preserve them, we used to put them in oil.
Yeah,
So you used to put jars of oil.
yeah, extra
But the
virgin olive
thing-
oil.
But the thing was, man, you used to pull them out and they used to dry them, but man, I'm telling you, there was that much oil.
That flavour of oil was just oil flavour.
So then what we used to do was wax them.
Yes, yeah, with candle
We used to
wax.
wax them.
Yeah, like a wine bottle.
Yeah. And then we come to the cryovac. It's the best now. So what I do is once they're done, I also put the nets around them.
Yep.
Then I take them all off, I cryovac them, and I've got a special fridge
just for the salami.
It's like a dry age.
Don't touch.
It's like a dry aging fridge.
When you go in there, man, it's like,
It's like heaven.
That's
fantastic.
That smell.
All right. Far out.
Salami discussion.
Yeah, and we're going to have to do a taste test.
This is. This is. You got something?
I do have something. Well, it's not really a commentary call, but...
Paul's call.
Well,
before you go.
Yes, sir.
Before you go.
I've
actually got vision of you.
Do you?
Watching racing. Because I know how much you love the racing.
I do love my races, yes.
Right, so we got a bit of vision of you watching the racing. Let's go.
That's American racing.
It is, I think.
Yeah. Los Alibodos. That's golden.
Good on you, little tag. Look at him go.
Look at him.
Look at his tail.
He's loving it. He's having a ball.
I do love my races.
Is that a bit like you? Because you do love it.
I do love my races, yes. Good on you.
How's that?
I've seen that video a few times.
That's funny, man.
Isn't it funny when animals look at the screen and they see other animals and the cats?
My dog loves
with
watching
the ball.
101 Dalmatians.
Oh, that's unreal.
Yeah, she'll sit there and just watch.
The cats,
like that.
I love when the cats try and follow the ball and they run off
the cats
screen,
will follow the ball.
My cats do.
With my dogs, Cleo, no interest in
Really?
But my other dog, Shelby, she'll see something, like she'll watch like a thing and she gets right into it.
Like my ears perked with Maya, she'll go.
Wow.
So, what have you got?
Well, that's not really a commentary call or anything like that. But
Paul's call is Paul's whatever you want.
Well, there's a couple of things in this. So, you know that I'll be taking 2 or 3 weeks off.
Yep.
From the jumper punch. So that's my special...
Don't stress everyone.
Don't stress. I'm coming back. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. So I've got a whole heap of work to get through, a whole heap of stuff. I need to focus on myself for the next couple of weeks. So I'm leaving this alone for the next fortnight or 3. Not 3 fortnights, for the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'll be back before Mars is back.
Yes.
And he's back very soon.
Probably.
He's back very soon.
Tell him again.
I'll be back for the...
I reckon he's back in about 4 weeks.
Nah, I'll be back for the West Coast game.
Oh,
nice. Couple weeks.
Yeah, good weeks.
2 to 3 weeks.
That's 1, 2 weeks. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, you'll be back for West Coast. Perfect.
So
and then we got
the Ashes has been amazing. It's been great, but just so those people know, when you see this bit's going to be... It's not missing. It's there.
Nah, there'll be
I'll be in the background doing work.
We've already got 2 special people coming on next week.
Fill-ins.
Yeah. So
we'll talk about...
That's the call. That's the announcement today.
Oh, is that it?
That's Paul's call for today.
That's
it's a public service announcement for the watchers, listeners and audience of the show.
Rest, recover, repeat.
So I won't be on fan cams for the next couple of weeks because I just won't have the time. And I won't be on here for the next couple of weeks because I just won't have the time.
Nah, because Ashes, seriously,
well, the turnaround on it is ridiculous.
Yeah. And this week, when's it start again?
Thursday. So he's back at it.
I need a good spell.
No, you need a spell.
In the paddock is what I need.
A spell, man. There's nothing.
Everyone needs a freshen up. So Mars has had his for God knows how long.
I'll have mine when it's over.
We've actually got some really good guests coming up.
We have. Next week's going to be
We've got a very special guest coming up in just over a month's time, which I've informed you about.
There is another one in a month's time.
Yes. Who has made a few brief appearances on the channel over the last couple of weeks.
Yes. Next week we've got a broad guest.
Who?
We got a blue abroad guest.
Okay.
We've got a blue abroad guest.
Well, a broad guest.
Oh, so they're not here.
A broad guest.
Yeah, I told you about him.
They're not here.
Did you?
Yeah. Anyway, you'll see.
Okay, all right.
Clearly the communication.
Okay, yes. No, I do know. It just slipped my mind.
Well, Collingwood, Ange coming on for that one there. So
yes, we know that.
Big one.
Yes.
And then so we're going to, and we're going to have another viewer.
We have a special guest coming in on the Melbourne game.
Yes, the Melbourne game,
which we've announced. That's been a big in cahoots.
And we're going to have another viewer coming on.
Are we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there were 2 winners. That's right. Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
There's going to be 3 winners.
Oh, okay, there's 3 winners.
There's one,
okay.
and then we'll have one for the finals. My God.
There you go.
Anyway. TikTok.
TikTok, Instagram,
like, share, sub. Thanks to Sniffs, Merino Brothers, Top Dog Liquor, North Seafood Bar and Grill. Become a member.
Yep.
You have to join.
Yep.
If you subscribe, it's 17% off at Schnitz. If you become a member, it's 25% off at Schnitz. $5.62 for a packet of schnuggets.
I'm telling you, they are absolutely magnificent.
Have we got, what do we have next? Oh no, I was looking at the comments. Sorry, that's coming up.
Oh,
soon.
the comments are coming, but before that, Legends of Jumper Punch, Brad Fisher, tomorrow night 8 p.m. Before that, Forever Rivals. I am going to give it to Mark savagely tomorrow. S and the support, bang, bang, bang. Yeah, we'll see where you are. You still
now, if he comes back at you with, "Oh, we beat you and we're above you on the ladder," just say, "Let the season unfold." That's your rebuttal.
You can say that.
That should be your rebuttal.
Dan Houston put a rocket up their arse.
So it's going to be a big one. Blue Sunday.
Houston answered the problem.
Yes.
He did.
Houston.
We have one?
We
don't anymore.
We don't have a problem,
Not anymore.
Mate, that was such a kick. I've got a special... Anyway, watch tomorrow night.
Just watch.
Because I'm telling you... It's going to be...
When Rocco says, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you,
He's
man.
telling you.
And Blue Sunday this week will be at 8 p.m. because of the game. Okay. And the host of Blue Sunday, who was sick this week, Joe, he got food poisoning. He reckons it was coming out both ends.
Oh. Like Niagara.
So, sorry for that.
But anyway, there's nothing worse than food
poisoning. Let's have a look at Joe in Bangkok. Joe, bang.
Hello Jumper Punch viewers, this is Bangkok Joe. Hey, the last few weeks you've been touring Bangkok with Chris, my tour partner. Today, Chris is going to take you to Chiang Mai, so stay tuned for the first instalments.
I love Chiang Mai. It's my favorite city in Thailand, and I'd like to make sure that I spend at least a couple of months up there every year. And there's so much to do in Chiang Mai and so much more than just Old Town. We got some spots in Old Town for you, but we're gonna get you all around the city and outside the city to experience the full magic of this place. It starts with day one, which is always simple and easy. You fly in, you check into the hotel, and then you go out for a nice local Thai dinner, get a good night's sleep, wake up on day two, and day two is set to illustrate how Chiang Mai is like the perfect blend of old and new. There's a lot of great history here as well, and the best way to experience the history is what we're gonna start day two with, which is a Samlor ride. Samlor is one of those old three-wheel rickshaws. We have a group of old Samlor drivers, which are a dying breed. So while you're riding around on this amazing tour, remember that you're actually helping keep this tradition alive. And you're gonna zip around, see some temples, see a lot of Old Town, learn a lot about the history along the way. And then after that, we're gonna go to my favorite khao soi shop in all of Thailand. Khao soi is the most famous Chiang Mai food, and it was just recently named #1 on the world's list of the top 100 soups. And you gotta go to this little hole-in-the-wall khao soi restaurant with the old lady who's been cooking it for decades. She probably makes the best bowl of khao soi on the entire planet. You gotta eat it. Then you know you're in Chiang Mai. For dinner, we're gonna take you for a bit more of a local vibe. You gotta check out my favorite street food market in the whole country. It's right at the top of Suthep Road, right at the entrance of Chiang Mai University. And there you'll find a bunch of young, hip local Thais, which are really representative of Chiang Mai as a city. And this is the perfect place to try a $5 challenge.
This is 150 Thai baht. This is the $5 challenge.
Well, now's your chance. I encourage you and all the group that you're with to grab $5, walk up this amazing length of road, and see what you can get. Maybe load it all on a table and see who got what for $5. Believe me, you're gonna be shocked at how delicious and how amazing this place is. Close off the day, we're gonna go from the past to the future. When I say that Chiang Mai's the future of Thailand, I mean places like this, the North Gate Jazz Co-op. It's a funky, trendy, stylistic jazz club right at the North Gate. And this is filled with Thais who are artistic and professional and setting up all these funky, cool businesses. And that's why it feels to me like the future of Thailand. It's the place where all the local expats who live in Chiang Mai go, and it's super fun. It spills out onto the street. We'll have an awesome night in the North Gate Jazz Co-op.
All right, there was Joe.
Hopefully he's on the mend.
Yeah, he's on the mend. But
food poisoning ain't good.
Give him a call for retire.
I like reading his comments as well. He always puts comments in.
He's a very quirky. He's a quirky, like
articulate.
He's articulate, but he's got this very unique humour the way he says things. Yeah, so he's very good. So everyone, contact him if you want to go down to Thailand. I'll definitely be down there at the end of the year, as always.
Thailand.
Oh, love it. Love it. Viewers.
Comments. Let's go. Is this John Holden?
Are these good comments?
This is John Holden. Des English was tough of the ball. A great mark. Great use of the ball on both feet. Part of the greatest backline in AFL history. English, Southby, Harms, Dool, Perovic and Hunter.
Pretty damn good comment.
That was a tough.
We love John. He always watches. He always comments. He always says hello to us at the games as well.
One of the great.
He's a ripper, John. He's an absolute.
What about this
ripper.
bloke here?
20 Rothmans. 20 Rothmans. Cigarettes. A big thanks to you and to Des, whose insights were fascinating.
Yeah, so the interview, go back, watch the Des in English. I'm telling you, the
old man was a big Des English man. Loved Des English.
You know, like, if you watched that era of football, you loved Des English. He was your
man.
Honest footballer, mate. I'm telling you, mate. He was just backline, man. Fantastic. All right. What about this one here?
This is Matula. Great show, fellas. Dan was the man.
Yeah,
Still
Dan
is the
last
man.
week. Yeah. He
Matula.
was the man. We loved
She did
her.
well on the couch with us too.
She did do well. She's a
Poor
star.
thing, she had to deal with us. Ivani collects. I would be amazed if our players do the trail. Probably too scared to get bitten by a mosquito.
we're
The
talking
Kokoda
about
trail.
The Kokoda trail. That's probably right.
That's
Not
stiff.
wrong.
Yeah?
That's stiff. Well, I mean...
What do you reckon? Fisher, Dow, O'Brien. Gee.
It would be tough, rugged and gutsy.
Imagine them if war started today. Would be all fun.
Well, there is a war.
Did we just do that one?
No,
What's
next
this
one. This is from Kathy Stefanidis. Rocco should be the CEO
Now,
of Carlton.
I put that up there because Kathy, I don't even
Here we
know
go.
what CEO stands for.
Chief Executive Officer. Yeah.
Yeah, so I really couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Brian Cook, basically.
Oh, he's Brian Cook.
Yeah, that's Brian Cook.
You would be Brian Cook.
I could have been Brian Cook. I could
No,
have
but you want to be Rocco. You're Rocco.
And he
No
couldn't
one
be
could
Rocco
you.
Stagniti, mate.
Yeah, no one can be Rocco.
True. But thank you.
Suede Boy 69. Ha ha ha, very funny. Too many Lockies and Lachlan's on the list. Can't be successful with that many. No team has ever
I'm
done
telling
that.
you, he's absolutely right. If you look at it, look how many Lockies and
It's a
Lachlan's.
unique name. It's a unique name.
We got heaps of them.
Nothing against Lockies.
No, I'm
Lockie
just
with an O.
saying.
You just see.
When's the last premiership when you had that many Lockleys and Lachlan's and has there ever been a premiership?
Not
play
even
for
Tony Lockett won a grand final.
It's true.
One of the
So,
greatest ever.
What about this one here?
Cripper 8. Middle guy talks way too much.
Oh,
Let
it's all
others
about-
speak. That was about Dan.
Dan,
Yeah. I didn't think that was the case.
Jesus,
but,
sorry,
I mean,
Dan.
they are the guests, so we've got to give them the
I didn't think
floor.
he talked too much.
I wonder what people are going to say about me. Good luck.
No.
They'll ask him more of Michael, please. That's what it'll
They
be.
liked you last time.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
No.
they will.
I'm like a, you know what I am? I'm like an Easter egg. I'm good to come out once a year. I'm good to come out. You know
But you
what
taste nice.
I taste nice once a year, but when you have that Easter egg a couple of times a year, then
Yeah.
you're a bit skeef. You know when chocolate goes white? I don't need to be that.
Aren't those worst Easter eggs you get from the Tighter Zia?
Yeah.
They got no brand on them. It's just the colour. You open it up and it just crumbles in your mouth.
It's not. It doesn't even break.
No,
it just turns to shit.
They're the worst, those.
Thanks, Zia. Appreciate it. Throw it in the bin.
What about this one?
Red Girl 70. What's wrong with Harry being a fan of Taylor Swift and admitting it? Such old school mentality, poor form, guys. Is that a wink or a cry?
Is he a fan of Taylor Swift?
That's okay.
Now, can I just say something? I'll put that up there because I
the
just want to
comment
say...
is in jest.
I was going to say, Red Girl, take it easy.
You really think
I was
we give a
making
shit?
a bit of a joke about
God.
a big, strong man like in Taylor Swift, right? I just want
Don't
to
let
say
Bon Jovi.
I was joking. But what's funny is this, right? This person probably laughed at all our jokes during the night, right?
Yes.
They laughed about, oh, what about when we put the Italians on? Oh, no. Oh, look at the wog at the market. He can't speak properly. Oh, he's got no hair. That's funny. Oh, what about the bloke who's gyrating? That was funny.
The one who's drunk
Taylor
talking.
Swift. Oh, you can't say that.
We're not bagging Taylor
So what
Swift.
I've done, I've looked you up, Red Girl. So I've booked you into the humour school. It's on every Tuesday and Thursday. So you can't go Tuesday because you're watching the
Jump a
show.
punch, of course.
But you're booked in for Thursday, and they will teach you sarcasm. And there's a bit of this going on right here, right? So everyone, just relax.
We're taking the P155.
I love Taylor
It's like
Swift.
the Neville Bartos and Chopper Reed moment. Mate, relax, have a drink, relax. You're being rude. Very, very rude.
You're being very, very rude there.
Mate.
Yeah, all right, sorry about that. But about that money, mate, like...
Neville, how you holding up for cash?
Yeah, how you holding up for cash?
Probably upset because she didn't get tickets.
My daughter, she is a massive... So she's...
What do they call them?
She's a...
What do they say? No, Taylor Swift fans. What do they call them?
Is there a certain thing?
Yeah, they are.
There were the
believers.
There was
Yeah,
the
but they actually asked
Bieber. She
something
was
they
a
called-
believer.
They call them
Was.
something.
What happened?
Yeah, well, he's
Well,
nowhere.
she grew
at the moment.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now she loves... So what she's done...
Tonians.
So to my lovely daughter, what she's done is, so she's going to LA to go and see her. And she's... I think
She
it's
is
LA.
huge. Yeah, I'm not going to lie.
And
She
she's
is
got
massive.
expensive tickets. I'm telling you, she's practically on the stage.
Yeah.
And she just picked up tickets to go and
So
see
when Taylor
her
Swift sweats.
in Melbourne tour. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she loves Taylor Swift.
Good on her.
Good on her.
Yeah.
It's
If
all right.
you're passionate about someone,
Why was
good
it
on
such
her.
a big... I didn't realise it was such a
She's
big...
massive. She is massive.
Really?
She's probably the biggest artist in the world. at the
Female?
moment. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably the biggest.
Yeah.
Do you know? I just saw a video of her performing in Philadelphia. Now, in those grounds, those big stadiums in America, you actually see the car park. So when I went to watch WrestleMania over there, you can actually see what's going on outside. It's like a crossover.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a concert in the car park of about 10,000 people who couldn't get in. And they were just partying because they could hear it from out inside. So they're just partying to the song outside. It was crazy. I'm sitting there, it's just mad. They do all that tailgating in America.
Yeah.
That's
Barbecues
mad.
and all
Well,
that
I'll
stuff.
tell you what,
yeah.
when I went to America and they did that tailgating, they're serving like prime A1 barbecue out of a
huge on-
freaking Bronco.
Yeah.
Out of a Bronco. Some bloke who's
They're huge on their
Oh,
barbecue.
I love it, man.
Like we
Brisket.
think like Australians,
Nah.
barbecue. with the
American
snacks.
barbecue's next
Nah.
level. You know, brisket roll with a Budweiser before WrestleMania.
I love it. No, that's
Baby.
good. No, we love everyone. We love Taylor Swift.
Sarcasm.
No, it's all good. All right, this has been a big show.
It has been a big show.
Enjoyed it?
Thank you
loved
to
it.
our special guest,
Thanks for
Mr.
having
Michael
me.
Maloney.
Thanks, Michael, for coming down.
Miguel.
Migalos.
We have a big game coming up. Let's hopefully we can
coming up.
Bit of momentum into the
keep the
season.
momentum going.
That'd be great.
And let's just keep on going. And that's all. That's all I got to say. We're done.
And I'll see everyone in about 2-3 weeks. I'll see you
in a
at the West
couple of
Coast
weeks.
game.
Yeah. So we'll see you in
Don't
a couple
miss
of
me
weeks.
too much.
But Jump a Punch will be.
You see
back
me at the
next
game,
season.
come say hello. Don't be scared.
Always.
And if you see me eating a souvlaki...
Oh, you ate one after the game, wasn't it?
Well, no, I was lining up to get it.
What happened?
I was just lining up to get it,
don't
and
take
someone
cash.
has obviously seen me.
They don't take cash.
Oh, that's right. They don't
I was
take
I was
cash.
lining up to get it.
And yet they don't take cash.
I ended up eating one anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I got the donuts. Always get the donuts.
Love a donut after a win. So do the besties.
I was worried that,
So do the best-
sometimes you
they love
have
donut.
those sieves after a game, and
They've
you're
been there
worried
for all
that
day.
you're like, but it was actually, All right.
It's actually not bad, that little
canteen outside, yeah.
All right, guys, listen, enough of rubbish.
Go Blues.
We'll go Blues and we'll see you next week, huh?
Go Blues!
Go Blues!
Go Baggers.
If you ask most people what their number one fear is, what do you think it is? People's number one fear is public humiliation. Okay? I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm not afraid of it. Because I've had plenty. And now, it's just time for me to say, I'm tough. Because what does not kill you makes you strong. So it's, whatever you hear. Hey, you never believe anything you hear and only believe half of what you see. My mother told me that. And it's pretty true.